Yep, first thing I did.
Cool. First thing.
He's chatbot.
Chatbot is open, and I open the Twitch app to log him in.
I chatbot.
It's almost like I know.
Who is using caption this stream?
Yeah.
Exactly. Chatbot makes it live.
It takes a second, it's lag. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
hey, click on it.
It takes time for the internet
I don't have that kind of patience.
to get up to the space
I've
to get
noticed.
back to our phones.
Yeah, it's gotta travel all the way to outer space, bitch.
Hey, like this, that's what's Twitch.
No, it's got to travel right here. I know the difference. Distance between me and the computer. Send me the internet.
Yeah, it's
dude.
one
Send
trip.
that.
It's one trip to orbit and back. Alright, Brandon, I guess you have dice.
Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Is my little haversack over there? I put it in my room. Oh,
I think you took it with you because you thought you got like you were going when you go to the shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you started recording some stuff so this. Oh, there we go.
Oh, we're late.
Yeah, we're alive. Guys, we're alive.
Speaking of volume and stuff, did you guys test out the microphone yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I got home. Music, no, home.
Oh,
Whoa.
Tiny dice.
we helped more of the tribes. It was great.
Yeah, something like that.
Gilbert's a nation now.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So, here's we'll go ahead and start this little shindig. No, I'm good. Okay, never mind. I'll wait.
No, I have to wait. That's for when it's after that.
Oh, okay.
I suppose too bad.
Alright. So, you guys went ahead and went down to the long expanse, you know, a couple of 1,000 years ago or something like that, you know, whatever. And decided to go play with some cyclopean tribes and be like, you guys should be friends and go, you know, kick some ass and deal with stuff and, you know, unite. And they're kind of like, cool, common outside threat.
Mine's had back there, one of those cabinets.
Check.
My goodness, I love
Oh, hey, Brooke.
Hey,
Brooke.
Hey, Brooke, how you
Hey,
doing?
that looks like a tablet.
Is that a tablet?
Hey, that's tablet.
That's a brand ted.
Brock is the other laptop
Working a
over
while.
there.
You mean that
Yeah,
one?
I know,
The
right?
Chromebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right
I
there.
have it. Pass it to me.
What do you need a Chromebook for?
Because I only have a level 10 character sheet, but I have an 11 online. So, I'm just
Probably
gonna
won't need it much, if at all, but
I mean, I got my level 11 character sheet, but if you want to use your 10, that's probably fine.
not that much is gonna change. Maybe like some spells or like a +1 here and there.
Oh, and hit points.
Oh, and some hit points. I guess you really want them. Alright. But yes.
You don't have to apologize to us. We're just glad you're here now. Yeah, exactly.
How dare you be busy and an adult and doing things and stuffs?
Those are all my least favorite things to do.
I've noticed. The guy who was awake, who was asleep 20 minutes ago.
Great.
You were also asleep 20 minutes ago?
Or less. I wish I was asleep 20 minutes ago. Really nice. Instead, I was like on, I think it was my 9th or 10th hour of work. I can't remember anymore.
Well, what time did you start work? You shush.
Like 8:30. Unrest in the cult.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't remember. Doing things. Because that's what happens
Like
when
naked
your
face?
boss has to train the new quality control guy, but his job still needs to get done, and my job still needs to get done. And that leaves me.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That seems fine.
Don't
Yeah,
leave me,
it's fine.
Mitch.
It's good.
It's always fun.
Luna, I swear, if you start playing by that, I'm
We're
not
not used to seeing Slip's naked face then.
Probably.
Fair enough. Yeah, my naked face.
Yeah, you punk ass.
I got
Face is naked. Please cover it up, sir.
Okay.
That's much better. Thank you.
So I can kind of see.
You're like a hockey player or like a baseball catcher.
Fencer.
Yeah.
He's like a fencer.
Fencer, that works too, yeah.
Guard.
You're like a Spencer. Wait.
Ooh.
A Spencer fencer?
Spencer?
Roger.
So, from you guys doing that, you guys do know that the Cyclopsian Empire in what is more or less modern day is actually basically the Mwangi Expanse. You know, all that fun jungle land and stuff. Chillax originally was like, hey, we're gonna claim it and, you know, slowly do stuff with it because no one else bothers to take claim of it because it's kind of crazy and dangerous and, yeah, we're just gonna claim it as our own. Nowadays it's all like, hey, there's all these big cyclops and cities and stuff and other things in the surrounding areas. So, yeah, it's kind of just theirs now. So basically did what it was you wanted to. Well, you know, basically. So,
I don't know, I feel like they were pretty much able to conquer like the rest of this area. I don't feel like taking on just Cyclops is really difficult.
Well, they weren't able to go to the longest sands before Cyclops existed.
that was part of it, yeah. They kind of like claimed it and said, you know, we'll deal with that crap eventually, but
I mean,
it's ours in case anyone
When
wants it.
Chillax showed up, there was an entire city run by the heir to a demon prince.
Oh, is that the Gorilla King?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember him.
that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Because then I just imagine like a Chillaxian general slaying him, and then just start violently shaking and erupt into a new gorilla king.
That would be pretty awful.
Wait, there's a Gorilla King, and when someone kills the Gorilla King, they become the Gorilla King?
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically.
You have proven your eyes in the demon lord who looks like a giant gorilla, and therefore are worthy of being the king.
So your only option is to put the Gorilla King in a cage.
Good luck.
That it can't break. Good luck.
Good luck.
But after several failed attempts to figure that out.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't too many, but probably.
Once is coincidence. Twice is iffy. 3 times is a pattern.
Yeah. Yeah. So 3 times. You have to find somebody strong enough to beat him. Have that guy go beat him. Turn into a new Gorilla King. And they go, need a new plan.
But yeah, so
After 3 times of successfully incrementally beefier gorilla kings, you think that's serious?
Ooh, does he get stronger?
Gorilla King?
You had to
Probably.
be stronger than him to kill him in the first place.
So yeah, which makes it even more difficult. But anyways, that stuff aside, the idea is that they now have that. They basically get to do their own thing, hiding behind like some old mountain ranges and some crazy jungles and stuff like that. And they're like, cool, we're Cyclops, we're fine here. We endure it. Up until this point, the things that Omoka has been trying to do was more or less set up the Cyclops and their empire and nation and all that jazz. The next part of things that he wants to do is kind of more or less undermine and weaken Cheliax so that they collapse in a convenient, appropriate way, so that the Cyclops can kind of just come and take over from the ashes.
So we're not about to go assassinate an old lady.
Old lady? I mean,
The first.
oh, no.
Like hella back in the day?
I mean, not that long ago, it's just her granddaughter who ascended, so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
He's also kind of incrementally going from
Hey!
Oh,
And it's David.
boom.
Hey.
Welcome back to the stream, David.
He's also going from like the past forward to try, because he thinks going one direction that he thinks that way is easier. So you're not quite there yet, but the
Actually, a
idea.
lot of missed
Around
opportunities if we just
random
jumped straight
points
there.
and times in some sort of a random order.
Yeah, like if you went back 10 years and fixed something, and then you went back 15 years and changed something, you might fuck up the first thing you fixed. Kind
Yeah.
of idea.
Basically,
That's pretty smart.
so pretty much like goes to the past.
I'm making tacos if you guys want some. Tacos.
Sure.
Sounds
We're
delicious.
making. You're my friend now. We're making soft tacos later.
By later, I mean right now.
Yay.
So yeah, so that's the idea. Is he's changing the past first, so he can look at the future and know that the past won't be changed by doing other things.
Like,
So-
oh. Yeah,
I at least thought it made sense, so that's what I'm going with, and I get to say that, and that's how it works. Because yay, gaming. Cash money, what?
Cash Flow. It's a board game that's about it's like running the rat race of life. You've got a whole like outer ring of things where you go, you make money, you invest into certain things. You're trying to make enough of like an annual. Basically, you just want to try to make your income, like
Beans are ready.
exceed your expenses, and then you go into then you become like rich and you get to go run around the middle.
Bite it.
It's interesting.
Slightly goods.
It was a fun game. It was Monopoly that didn't suck,
Oh, hey,
basically.
that's what we want.
I mean, I never thought Monopoly sucked, but I also never played more than like a 2-hour game of Monopoly, so maybe that
Well, the
has
thing
something
is,
to
like,
do
it was
with
hard
it.
to play Monopoly with your friends without like hating your friends. I could play Cash Flow with friends without hating my friends. I would hate the fake like stock exchange that was going on because fucking random chance bullshit. But that's
I could
fine.
see how that would be
So if we
a
ever
little
play
annoying.
it, everybody who is playing against or playing with Mitch has to play the stock exchange, so that when it hits right.
Oh well, I
And
mean,
win.
you should because like that's how you make tons and tons of
So I
money.
feel like that's part
It's
of the
also how
game.
you lose the game.
Well, yes.
Potentially, sure,
I'm gonna go play the casino in stock exchange.
but it's all like a card-based system. So as long as you know like the highs and the lows in the deck, you know you when to buy low and sell high.
That's the idea.
Did you guys see my Snapchat?
No.
I was fuck with something in my room. There was a fucking tiny baby snake.
Oh.
Dead. Like,
I've walked in on my cat doing the same thing like 3 times.
It was dead as fuck. Like she bit its.
Mine hadn't been dead yet.
She chewed on it.
Oh.
She was just playing with baby snakes in the house for I don't know how long.
Oh,
but I happened to
dear.
walk in, the snakes were alive.
Oh, I don't know if she chewed on it and it got fucked up, or if she found one that had already been fucked up. But it was a baby snake, where like the 4/5 of the back 4/5 from the tail up, really fine, and like the last quarter to half inch behind the head, smushed.
Ooh.
Well, I'm glad Luna's not a scary cat like Neville is.
Luna's trying to kill me when it comes to me.
Yeah. And Neville will be like, what's a bug? What is that thing?
You seen him eat?
I apparently don't look at his mouth when he eats. No.
Oh, he eats. I don't know if you've ever like I feed them like plain chicken sometimes, and Luna will just go nom nom nom, put it in her mouth and chew it up and swallow it. And Neville goes. He takes the fucking tiniest bites.
I believe that.
By the time Neville eats like a sprinkle, Luna's eaten her entire chunk and is on to his.
Huh.
Brutal.
It's like, bro, you need to like have some sense of urgency. Eat your food.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, back to this stuff.
So the
So-
Beetleborg expanse.
The what?
Beetleborgs?
That was the name of the tribe that took it over.
Oh, yes.
I have notes.
Bean love.
You're right. I did catch what you said.
What are they actually called?
Beetleborg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard Beetleborg and I was very
I
confused.
heard Bilderberg.
Nuremberg expanse.
Billboard, yeah. The Billboard tribe.
It'll kill you.
I'm hearing Bilderberg.
Workshop?
Bilderberg.
Bilderberg Workshop.
Would you like to buy a Pepsi, a Coke?
Yes.
Or maybe like
All of the
a
above.
media conglomerate?
But yeah, so up until this point, he was basically working to try and set up the Cyclops so that they were good to go. Now he wants to work to, I guess you could say in a way, undermine or set up Cheliax to fall at an appropriate time so that the new Cyclops nation can rise up and basically take over.
So he wants us to actually artificially create a power vacuum, so in an appropriate time for the Cyclops to fill the power vacuum.
Basically, yeah.
It's not even just like a prevent a Cheliax. It's like wait for Cheliax to do all the hard work for us, fuck them up and take over.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
he'll basically describe that some of the things he wants to do is start off with Cheliax bigger so that they're more fragile and basically create more
Spread out.
and basically create more pressure on them so that when they collapse it's a nice big boom.
I like it.
He'll describe it similar to how, for anyone who knows history in Pathfinder, how basically Taldor went, when they basically got too big to control everything.
Too big for their bridges too quickly.
Yeah. Not necessarily too quickly, but they just getting too big and just got too much bureaucracy and too much crap, and they just kind of ended up falling apart. Taldor at one point was like the size of what I made the Chilexian Empire in this game, but like in canon. They had like 6 expansionary armies that went off like different directions across the continents. And, yeah.
What you need to do is steal the time travel device and go back to the time and make Vassalon great. So the Vassalon.
Vassalon was already great. Let's be
so
real.
They can rival the Cyclopean Empire in the present time.
Oh dear.
And then we have a great war.
Well, until you guys get that, we're gonna keep going with what he wants you to do.
We'll get there eventually.
I'm sure you will, but it's not yet. I'm very aware that that's your guys' long-term plan and what you want to
We
happen.
want the stick.
I'm very aware. You guys realize it's a stick. I want it.
I want it.
I want it.
I can touch it.
Please give me the stick of time.
The stick. I mean, it's called the Scepter of Ages, but I
Don't
guess
worry,
Stick
Ron.
of Time works too.
If we were to have a stick and play it long enough, I think we'd all end up neutral and doing things because let's see what happens. Ow!
You probably would do that. I don't know if anyone else would agree with you.
No,
Hurt yourself, Austin.
give it enough time.
Well, yeah, give enough time. I don't know if we'd play out the campaign for that long, but
And I'm okay. Just a little bit of scalding hot ground beneath my foot.
that's what it looked like.
Glad you're
That's
okay, buddy.
not where the ground beef is supposed to be.
But it's on the ground now.
On the ground.
Grab it, hold
I mean, what are you talking about? This
No,
sounds right.
He clearly said it was on his foot, which
Oh.
is close to the ground.
I mean, his foot and then ended up on the ground.
Maybe it's just a pit stop.
It just needed a footrest.
I missed.
Footrest.
It goes
I tried.
flying
I
ground.
tried.
I liked it. I missed it. I was like, wait, he said footrest.
So much sauce.
Oh yeah, I got more Italian dressing from work because they took off the plastic and couldn't use it. And they said you want some, and I said sure, we need
Too much sauce.
sauce.
Much.
Anyway, so Amoka will basically describe the next scenario that you guys will get to play with. As such, the next part in the reshaping to strengthen this world will be to visit Taldor during the early 3000s.
J-X or Talbot?
Did I say Chiliax?
No, you said
Oh,
Talbot.
okay.
I was confused.
So, I guess to be fair, you probably for sure don't know.
Far in the past, the human settlement was basically just called Taldor. And there were
yeah.
bits and pieces of Taldor. One of those bits and pieces was Cheliax.
So to give more details, this is Taldor over here. You guys went there in the campaign, in the evil game, and you
This
guys
is
basically like
the-
started up here, Galt, and kind of moved down.
That was the magic bridge, right?
Yeah, the Grand Bridge of the Empire was right there on the capital.
Okay.
And so basically back in the day, Taldor started before Eridan was even a god. Taldor was an empire, and they basically over a course of like 3,000 or so years ended up spending out 6 expansionary armies. I think there was 7 in different
There was
directions.
7,
Yeah, I think there was 7. And they ended up at one point like going way the crap up here, all the way to the last wall, all the way up to the end of this continent.
There even a couple
They
of
went.
settlements on this continent.
They
Rome,
claimed-
a couple.
Yeah, they claimed this. They came down into Jurund. Jurund. I have to correctly say what the crap
Probably
town is.
Jordan, didn't really matter.
Jurund. Yeah, they came down into this continent, so they were huge.
Came down in the Pathfinder Africa.
So Cheliax was one of the provinces that they had for quite a while, and Cheliax didn't actually separate until
What happened was
4600. No, it
I
was
think it was
earlier than that.
Taldor and the Khadirans
Yes.
got into a fight over territory. And so while Taldor was busy fighting with Khadir, Cheliax is like, fuck you guys, we're out.
Yeah, it was. In the early 4000s, it was 4081. 4079. Taldor and them started a over 500-year war, and so after 2 years or so, that Cheliax like, hey guys, we're gonna just succeed, and you're a little busy, so good luck stopping us.
Did they succeed in seceding?
They
Yes.
did. They succeeded in
Secede,
seceding.
close enough. And so they basically say, hey, we're our own thing, and then that's when Isker,
Thanks,
Andoran,
English.
Galt also just kind of left and did their own thing. And
Yeah.
like, hey, Taldor, have fun with that 500-year war. So they're good. So you guys are visiting Taldor like 1,000 years before that happened in original history.
Oh, okay, cool.
So just to give some context to that, what Taldor was.
So Taldor is what we've made Cheliax into over the course of our campaigns. This
Cheliax
You could look at it that way. Yeah.
Cheliax now is a lot larger than Taldor was, even at its strongest.
They're comparable in size and Taldor's strongest. I tried to find like a good map of everything,
There
and there
isn't
isn't
really.
one.
Like, I followed the history, and I made.
I know you
a
like
map.
Taldor, yeah.
Well, no, because I was planning on doing my own custom game for a while.
In Taldor.
Well,
Oh, that's true,
on
yeah.
Galarian. So I like really deeply studied the history of Galarian, literally everything about Galarian I knew, and I tracked the history of Taldor and its expansions, and I had a map where I had like supposed boundary lines. I don't know what happened to it, but it was freaking huge. Like it came
was
down
huge.
to here. It was parts of here. It would go up here.
Yeah, they had
kind
stuff.
of going around the Elven and Dwarven lands.
Yeah.
Right here in this section.
Because they went all the way up to the Terra Bow. The hold of Bow.
It was crazy.
Crap, I can't remember the name. But yeah, they came like all the way up to here. They visited like the land of the Lenorn Kings up here.
Oh, wow.
They totally had Last Wall and like all this area. So yeah, it basically is very comparable in size to what I made Cheliax be in this game.
And then Cheliax said bye, and then everybody in Cheliax was like, yeah, but who's gonna be in charge now? And then they had a fight.
That was after Anduin disappeared, and that was like 600 or so years later, 500 or so years later.
Anduin disappeared?
No, not Anduin.
Eridan?
Eridan. I was like, I'm totally saying the wrong name
Very
here.
close.
Yeah, but I knew I was saying the wrong name. So,
But yeah, it's about Paco.
yeah. Isn't he a dragon?
Oh no. Aragorn?
Oh yeah, that's something different.
No, Aragorn has a dragon.
I mean, Aragon has a dragon. Aragorn is just an old dude. One of
Something
the
like
first
that.
men, or one of those, whatever it was.
Yeah.
All the free heroin?
Yeah.
You guys have heroin?
Aragon was just an annoying
No, being a heroine.
poor kid who found a dragon.
Because Brandon loves playing girls.
And then became
That's
like,
fair.
the leader of an entire continent.
I love doing.
Seems pretty good.
You have to look at some characters' ass weird when you
Well, look at one
So wait for self-talkers.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for them to release. I'm gonna get some stuff.
That's fair.
Have you done Borderlands yet?
It's probably very exciting for her.
Did you ever read the Incursions trilogy?
I've actually never been big on reading. I've barely read any books, to be honest.
mission that you're about to go into.
Cause yeah, like that was probably one of the books that actually got me interested in fantasy in the first
Yeah, I
place.
already know there's a video. I know that.
Nothing like the movie. by the
Play
way.
to the Great Hall.
I've heard that's how it usually goes.
He got faked out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go figure.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm playing Flag right now. It's fucking dumb. The amount of tabs, the great damage, it's fucking floating.
That is pretty dope.
Super dope.
Spence, who'd you beat it with?
Moz.
Alright, my turn.
Moss seemed pretty cool. The only complaint I heard is that it would have been really fun for her suit, her like Titanfall suit, just to be a robot.
That would have been fun. Just to have like an NPC with you, but.
Because I'm obsessed with flax pets.
You've always liked pets in whatever sort of RPG game.
You're not a tank class, so it's just so fucking nice. And some of his perks let you, whenever you deal damage, it heals them.
Now Maz's fun stuff, a lot of her stuff is based around increases the splash damage radius for you. There's another one that you get, every time you deal splash damage, you have a chance to get ammo.
Sounds convenient.
You can spec out the Iron Bear mag with different types of guns. So you've got Gatling guns that can, and on that tree it can be Gatling guns, it can be explosive round Gatling guns, or a flamethrower / chem spray. what's fun is a bunch of her stuff modifies both her and the Iron Bear.
Mm.
So you have one of my favorite ones is that you have every each tier you upgrade it, you get it's fewer shots in between. But I think it starts out like every 6. Right now I have it. It's like every 4 shots is a free shot that does incendiary damage,
Ooh.
and it does the same on Iron Bear.
Ooh.
So every 4 shots of his is a bonus incendiary thing, and they don't. It's a free shot, no ammo.
Mm.
So also, which makes a lot of her guns really cool. So you can be running around with like a 2-shot gun, and then every so often you'll get.
Mm-hmm. My buddy Matt beat the game with Moe's, and he mentioned that if you get a gun with a big enough magazine, you don't reload until the end of combat.
Yeah, if you start running around with a good flat off, it's very much like a. There's a great weapon in Destiny 1 called the Super Good Advice. It wasn't necessarily super strong, but it was a light machine gun that every missed bullet had like a 90% chance to return to the magazine.
Oh, that's nice.
So you would like it's.
You spray and pray, and most of the stuff comes back. Or you just keep spraying and praying. That's dope. Yeah, I'm spec'd into all 3 trees for flak right now to get gun damage and crit damage as high as possible. Fighting like waves of bad guys, they go down all the time. Bosses are way easier than regular people though, because while you're in the cloak, your crit damage goes up, and I have weapons that up crit damage.
Oh wow, nice.
So his like green tree his active power is a cloak. It's usually 15 seconds with 200% crit damage, and it ends when your first shot. After 5 points, the first upgrade to it only lasts for 8 seconds and only gives you 50% bump, but it's you don't end it, and every shot in the cloak is a crit.
Oh, that's dope.
So
That's dope as heck.
yeah, it's a great oh shit button, or if you have badass enemies,
Yeah.
super solid. So I'm running with like a really fast sniper rifle, like a Jacobs assault rifle. My pistol right now is just a weird dumb pistol that you get through the main story. It's like the Omnitech. Wherever you reload the pistol, you reload every weapon you have. So it's sniper rifle, assault rifle, that pistol, and a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And I'll go through the sniper rifle, switch to the assault rifle, then switch to the pistol and reload.
Yeah, I like it.
It has a faster reload than either of the two.
That
So in
makes
8 seconds, I empty my sniper rifle, get partway through my assault rifle, reload my pistol, and then I'm back to go.
That makes perfect sense. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun right now.
I like it. I mostly use like Jacobs guns.
Oh, those are so much fun.
They just are. My favorite is like when you just nail that shotgun headshot at all the posts.
So we're gonna shove Taldor who's boss?
Yeah.
BF Taldor?
Yeah, indeed.
Outdoor.
To an extent.
Fair enough. Alright. So, our plan is to mess with Taldor.
So, the next part in the reshaping to strengthen next part of reshaping this world would be to visit Taldor in the early 3000s. This is a point where the empire is large and powerful, but will start its decline from greatness. As history currently stands, Taldor will not fall as much as I think it should. This will be the last major change that will happen during this era, as it will make room for the new Cyclopsian Empire to be able to rise at the right time. This will make Cheliax stronger than history shows it to be originally, so that the fall will come swiftly and eternally when it happens. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Meet with the current king of that time, of the Chelaxian province, King Undertine IV, and remove him from the throne in such a way so that his son, Neelis Undertine, will take the throne, and to push for the succession from the empire. So we're going to describe that because of things in the past changing, it's not all the same as it originally was. So from the sounds of it, the war between them and their southern enemy, instead of happening in the earlier parts of the 5th millennia, happens during the earlier parts of the 3rd millennia. So this is basically the decline's happening a little bit sooner. And he basically wants Chelax to kind of start to become independent at that time.
Do we know if the idea of secession is already there? Are they talking about it?
This seems like the right time to do it because they are talking about it, yes.
Okay, so we're not introducing a new, like, heretical new idea.
So we're
That would be a
having
little
them
more difficult.
succeed like 200 years before they're supposed to. You said 2 centuries?
I don't think so. No, originally they succeeded about 1,000 years later.
Oh, 1,000 years. So
Yeah.
we're having them succeed 1,000 years earlier.
But because of stuff that's happening, the big war that happened is also looks like it happened sooner.
Oh.
It's because
We're
of tension
readjusting.
between them. Yeah, basically those two nations have always been in big conflict and big butting heads to the point where for like since like the 1500s, they basically have always had tension at the border. It's just instead of waiting till then for it to turn into a big war, it looks like it's happening sooner, just because of history wobbly
So,
changing and
if
stuff.
Cheliax succeeds twice,
Well, they would just succeed the first time.
what are the chances of the Thrones being in charge both times?
Pretty good.
You think so?
The Thrones were the ones who
Damn near 100%.
reached out and still made the Chelish Covenant in the first place, which is what caused them to win.
Mhm.
So what it was during the Chelaxian Civil War after
So our strategy for this one is.
why
just
can't I
we're gonna
remember
leave
the
a couple
god's
of
name
light-
who died?
We're gonna leave a couple of.
Aridin?
Aridin. After Aridin died was what caused the Chelaxian Civil War, and it was just a war between the noble houses.
Mhm.
So the Thrones are still one of the noble houses that are there. They're just the ones who stepped up and caused the big bloody civil war to end by just making a big old pact with,
They're the only
with
ones
stuff.
crazy enough to deal with Satan.
Yeah.
Specifically Abigail.
Well-
And they're probably only gonna. We have to change a whole lot of things for people's mindsets to be comfortable with making a deal with Satan. To make it so that Abigail doesn't do it.
So we mess with everything else, and then we just leave a couple of pamphlets around, like the Through Estate, that just say, "Have you considered demons?"
Not devils.
Devils.
They are different. in
Have
this.
you considered our Lord and Savior Asmodeus?
Lord and Savior is words.
At one point in time, he was my Lord and Savior.
Yes.
Well, not.
It was pretty great too.
We'll show up dressed as like Mormons. Just one big difference is that like our white shirts will be bloodstained.
And you have a big old pentagon on your chest.
Exactly.
You wouldn't do bloodstained.
No, it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be befitting of you.
It would be red and black though.
Oh. You're not messy.
No, if you were following demons, then sacrifices.
Devils are lawful. They're absolute order.
Well,
as-
evil, but yes.
Yeah. Asmodeus wants to rule everything.
Okay. Evil but law abiding. Demons are.
Demons are chaotic,
Demons are chaos.
kill because they
Okay.
feel like it, and don't know what they're gonna do next.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think D&D and Pathfinder,
incarnate.
because they have the 3x3 alignment grid, are the only people that really separate demons, devils, and daemons. Everywhere.
There's lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil.
Well, yeah. Everywhere else, though, like
Those
they're
are
very interchangeable terms. I
Mhm.
feel.
In a lot of places, it seems like they are. Yeah.
But you don't really hear too much because it's angels, archons, and
Azadas.
azadas.
Yeah.
So, like archon is an actual word. I really haven't ever heard azada though before Pathfinder.
To be fair, I never really heard daemons until D&D stuff. So
I have. I think it's just it's literally I think like the same thing as a demon, just kind of.
It's just an old word.
Yeah.
They like
After
it
they
better.
used back when, for whatever reason, the English speakers were obsessed with AE
Yeah.
and EA.
it's spelled very similar to demon.
It's in the
It's
game.
just daemon.
But there was a good point in English history
What'd you
where
say?
everyone was obsessed with the game.
Oh.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
I hate you.
But like
I love
when
you.
the first time somebody wrote Aether,
Oh yeah,
Oh, AETHER.
with the A and E like together.
there was a point in English history where EA and AE were the thing to spell.
It's like how reading old like Shakespearean English. You're like, why would you fucking spell it that way?
That makes no sense. What is the matter?
So, Omoka is going to take you to what was the current capital of Chillax, which is West Crown. It wasn't until later when it got moved to Angorian. From there, basically, like he mentioned, remove the king. His son is heir to the throne. Originally in history, he did take to the throne later, but it was years later. The king was on the throne for decades. And basically he just thinks it'll happen better and quicker this way.
And then, Amoka, would he, you think, be very susceptible to taking the throne and taking on such aggressive acts and going against Kaldor?
So the current king of that time, under Team the Fourth, was seen as a loyalist to the Empire. And
Kaldor, yeah.
Yes. And his son felt very differently about that.
That's all we do. We approach his son.
His son his son takes over in succession.
But I think we fill this in on it. Like, hey, sure.
Oh, definitely.
Like, we are supporters of your cause. We've heard about this. We want to help you.
We are getting words that because of the war that's coming on the horizon between Taldor and Kadira,
For
that this is the time.
For Cheliax's own safety and prosperity.
If done correctly, I imagine contacting him would be the way to go. However, another way to look at it is if somehow someone finds ties to our young lord, the assassination of his father, he might not follow succession.
Does Soligan and Moga know the current Galaxian laws?
What exactly would you be
If your
curious
son's
about?
caught in the conspiracy to murder his father, is he no longer able to see the nation?
I'm gonna say
Usually that's a thing.
Not a normal Cheliax, but we're not there yet.
I mean, it honestly depends on your fantasy worlds and how they set it up.
Well, the Thrones were very weird in that.
But very murder
But
hobo.
notice,
I don't know what
I don't
you're
know if
talking
you followed
about.
their history a lot. A lot of those things were mysteriously things
There are
happened.
two
No one was
rulers
actually
who
tied
So
mysteriously
I
to
tried
died.
really hard. I looked into it really hard when I built Ralister. Because I wanted to find a solid, like, throne to tie him to.
Yeah, before you
And
chose
it was just like, fucking, here's a tree. There was a whole lot of thrones. And a lot of mysterious accidents and happenstances just kind of showed up.
They happened.
I like looking between Queen Abigail the First and Queen Abigail the Second.
There's
And
a
just
whole
kind
lot
of
of
seeing
things.
the rulers and what happened
There's
to them.
like 2 or 3 lines that make it from one to the other.
Because it's like this person was the ruler, and then they, were assassinated. This person was the ruler, and they mysteriously died of unknown causes.
Yep.
And this one was
And
poisoned.
you see
They
it
were just
bounce
like,
between like
This
first,
one drowned
second,
somewhere.
and third cousins.
oh
and
yeah, it's
back
definitely
to
like cousin back to this person, and yeah, it's
it
funny.
fucking the rule of Cheliax got around for a while.
I take it that the Underteams aren't that murderous.
So
It's still a feudal era.
it is a feudal era. I'm gonna say
I'm not
it's
killing
the
my 11
idea
brothers and
of
sisters for the throne.
if it's not
Padawan.
obvious right away, like if it's not discovered until afterwards, it's too late. So unless it's obvious and is known when it happens, he should still take it.
Master Maldrick, I know that druids possess some powerful magic with
I don't know what this is,
do
but
you have access to any of those?
What level spell is that?
Contagion's a 6th level spell, I believe.
Then yes.
Dude, stay drugs, don't do school.
Well,
This
that's
guy
how you
looks like
salute with a wing.
Oh, should be a swan. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I thought you were being a derp.
I mean, I'm also being a dirt.
Because
Yeah.
I believe that
Contagion's a 3rd levels. What's a scary version of Contagion?
Oh, it's epidemic must be the 6th level one, but that's like
Greater Contagion.
we don't want to cause an epidemic, but if we can
No.
get him very sick
If I can give him leprosy.
Then it'd be very hard to
That is a disease
hit
in
max.
Pathfinder.
Which is actually a really funny thing in a spell world where you can spell someone sick.
You don't
It's
spell
just-
someone not sick. Yeah, cure disease is a.
Third. Remove
I
disease is a third level spell.
Feel like if it's for a 5th level spell, it needs to be a little more than just a 3rd level spell.
Oh, I
It's
guess.
the point where it doesn't matter. But I can just I can prepare a greater contagion every single day to give him bubonic plague at a DC 22 fort save. Because greater contagion is their DC plus 5. Which is con damage.
If I understand the bubonic plague, that makes sense.
There is the whole thing of like restorations and cure disease equal rates forever. But you know, the point where diseases and poisons are literally irrelevant in this game.
That's actually a very good.
They're inconvenient in a dungeon, they're irrelevant everywhere else.
We should actually change to cure disease and cure poison to somehow the same as dispel magic. That ratio of you have to roll a caster level check versus the.
I think you do still make a check for remove disease.
I don't know.
Hunting accidents.
It doesn't end up coming up enough. Well, it doesn't end up.
Hunting accidents are always very,
Caster level
especially
check versus the DC of
with
this.
someone who could change into a wild boar. Hunting accident.
Oh, yeah, no. It is still a caster level check, DC 22.
Yeah,
It's
DC
still a
is-
solid caster level check.
Especially if they're only a 5th level caster.
Yeah, so that way it's not gonna be like a chump getting it on the first time.
Keep pointing at that.
The problem is that restoration and lesser restoration doesn't require a caster level check and can every single day combat the damage of a disease. You could suffer from the bubonic plague, and so long as one, what is it, a second, third level spell for lesser? 1 second level spell a day could balance it out. Because the average of a bubonic plague is 2.5, and the average of lesser resto is 2.5.
Plus the fact that you cure 1
So have
point
you
of
ever-
damage a day.
Yeah.
While wearing it.
I only got it yesterday. I haven't tried it.
Oh, dang.
But I also figured this was a great first date.
Yeah.
It's like, what are your intentions with my dog?
As far as it's concerned in, as far as it's concerned in Galarian, there's never been a king
That's
or
a
queen who's died of
terrible
disease.
first
Oh, I
impression
was-
hat.
Yeah, when you put it in those terms, that's
There's
very-
never been a king or queen in the history of Galarian that's ever died of disease or poison.
That surprised me, but yeah.
No, I'm just saying. No, guaranteed in canon it's happened. Guaranteed in canon it's happened.
Yeah.
Like so and so was poisoned,
Yeah.
but mechanically it's next to impossible.
Poison is
You-
one thing because it happens a lot quicker.
But all nobles live in a metropolis. All metropolises have access to remove poisons and stuff like that, even delay poisons. And even if you go off feudal era, you usually have a royal physician.
The existence of their mechanics in this universe makes certain things highly unlikely. If they died of disease, all of a sudden it'd be like a massive conspiracy. Why didn't they get help?
What do you mean he was in a box the entire time?
Who withheld the help?
Yeah.
Well, obviously our royal
pointed a
physician
gun
is
at me.
Poison's also a lot harder. There is a spell, however, that is poison.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Is it dispel poison?
Yes.
Spell poison does poison.
It is 1d3 con.
It was a spell that I think Zelsier had almost the entire game and just never came up.
That'd be a great time for heightened, because heightened you can go up to as many as you want, right?
Heightened goes up as high as you can.
Um,
Heightened spells a useful one. So.
Yeah.
kill him that way.
Did I take either level?
I mean, to be fair, you guys haven't even gotten there yet, so.
Put him on a ship and send him ship.
We put him on a boar, the boar is Maldrick, we kill him.
You know what? You don't have 11 level feet. I could take height.
Oh, you never wrote down your 11th level feat?
I'm out of feats. I don't need anything.
There's definitely a couple of mad magic feats that are cute. It was convenient.
Yeah. One could.
Now here's a thought. What if I pop up as a red cap and just kill him in the middle of the streets because red caps are murder hobos?
I mean, that is a thing.
That is not what I was expecting the neutral good character to suggest.
That's a fair idea though.
Well, I mean,
Well, it's a neutral good character that spends a lot of time as a red cat.
It's bound to mess things up.
Are red caps?
Not that much time as a red cap. Wait,
Red
when
caps
did
are
you get
fan
that spell?
phase.
Last level?
No,
How
I've
much
had
time does a
Fey
red
form.
cat you really think it takes, though?
I've had Fey form 1 the entire game.
Fey or nature, right?
Yeah.
19 plus 17. 36, right?
About red caps?
Yeah.
Can I just read red caps?
Well, I'm gonna read red caps, but
With 36.
They wear their hat and somehow they get bonuses and they want to keep their
Well,
red.
it's 20 over, and I'm assuming they're not a CR16.
no, they're not. They're CR6. It's like they're single digit for sure.
I wouldn't say in the middle of the street.
That's ironic for Brand to be trying to do a red cap when they are ill religious.
It is purely for tactical benefit.
Still ironic.
No, it is.
like,
I noticed that. Ironic.
They're not as fast as, and Kingmakers are not as fast as they should be. Apparently they have a 60-foot movement speed.
Good God, that'd be gross.
It's the 60-foot movement speed and it's being able to wield oversized weapons.
So you can still keep a medium-sized weapon with a small-sized character.
Yeah, so when I'm transporting with them as before, I've described putting my weapons down, transforming, and then picking up my weapons.
I mean, there's a question of why is there a random red cap in the streets?
But that's why I say not in the streets. So we do the hunting accident, but instead of a boar, it's a red cap.
fair.
Or it's bandits. That's so much easier than a red cap. The king has to go hunting. The king is going to get attacked by bandits. The king is going to get murdered and robbed by bandits.
Alright.
Happenstance.
Well,
Completely run of the mill.
all things considered, let's still go talk to the sun.
Yeah.
Maybe the sun will have insight.
We'll make first contact.
Yeah, you're a West Crown.
Swan Squad, away!
We'll be like, first contact, take me to your leader. I must kill him, then you be leader.
Oh no, it just happened. Okay.
He comes home.
So, you guys are a West Crown. Back, a couple thousand or so years ago.
East Crown, Beast Crown.
It's similar to how you guys have heard things back in this more primitive era of things,
I need more D6s.
where things are a little less magical and more primitive and such, as I've described before. But what is the first thing you guys want to do now that you are here?
Let's go meet a prince.
Dun, dun, dun.
But yeah, I want to meet a prince.
Oh, I thought we would
Nope.
show up in his bedroom at night while it was raining and thunderstorms, and he'd wake up and we'd all just be shadows.
Oh, I mean, in my head, he gets visited by the Great Swan Maltry, but
Niels is gonna go invest in a
So-
distillery somewhere.
Niels is gonna start making investments. I want to see like all of a sudden we get back
oh no.
and Nils just has like gold chains and just all the stuff.
His
We're
guns
like,
are made of like adamantine and stuff.
Like, seriously.
But seriously.
Nils like somehow found the lottery ticket numbers from like every single list, so he's just constantly going back and winning the lottery under different personas and.
Now, this is why you have to take careful thought and consideration when you run a time travel campaign.
I take it I can't.
Somewhere,
remember.
somewhere we
Everybody
need to
knows-
write, like, on a giant wall, like, date, put a date, the date that Aaron dies, and just put the death of Aaron on, like, a huge wall.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that was already prophesized. They just didn't think he would die, so I guess there's that.
No, we'll go back in time. We'll go like, what up, Aridin? And we'll fist pound him. And we're like, I got this for you. And it's a note that just says like, dude, you're totally gonna actually die on this day. and we leave.
Aridin dies this day. The swan will protect you.
Aridin will leave, but the swan will not. The swan is eternal.
The swan will remain.
See,
Cassandra is now mad at all of you.
see, now is where we really wish that we were in like the 40k universe where the swamp could slowly but surely become its own entity.
Oh gosh,
It'd
dang
be
it.
so great. Alright, new goal for Spencer's game.
Cassandra
Without being
dislikes
arrested
that.
for without being killed for heresy, how do I
To
make
be
Swan
fair,
God
if
exist?
we wanted to go try out the trial of the Starstone.
Ooh. Ooh.
What changes about that?
We could become an actual god.
That's the only way to make the Swan God real.
Oh, that's what you
Did
mean.
Abigail not like shut that shit down when she became a god?
We have time forever.
No, I understand, but Rock says
No,
But also, I doubt it.
I doubt it. Like, it's very rare for someone to actually pass the trial
It
of the
might be
Starstone. So, like,
harder to just go try it, but yeah, I mean,
'Cause
people can still do it.
Aridin pulled it out in what year?
He brought it to Absalon in 1 AR.
In one?
Zero
Yeah,
AR.
in zero. So it's been him
There's
Five?
5 in my game.
and
4 canon, 5
what's the
being
canonical year? 47?
It's 4712 is present day
Canon?
canonical Pathfinder.
So in 4,700 years, 4 out of the whoever the fuck wanted to.
Aridin, Kaden, Kaelin, Milani, and
Norgr.
Milani didn't make it.
Iomade.
Iomade made it, and Norgr made it.
okay.
Iomade is the most recent. Norgr, I think, was the first. Yeah.
Kate and Kaelin did it on accident.
Yes. Off of a drunk dare, which is still
Supposedly.
hysterical. Yeah, supposedly.
Oh, it just reminds me of A Night to Remember from Skyrim.
Oh fuck that.
Oh, that's iconic.
Trink, where the fuck am I? What the fuck just happened?
Do you black out Skyrim?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
You meet a god.
you meet the god of
The
chaos.
Daedric Prince.
It's, yeah, their version of low-level deities.
Yeah, Daedric Princes are pretty much low-level deities.
Demigods kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or they're almost like as
'Cause
powerful as you can get without being gods. It's one or
Yeah.
the other.
Because they are unkillable entities that can play with the realm. It's like gods created through a star stone versus actual gods.
But like he meets you in a tavern.
They can play with the actual mortal realm. All the other gods.
Oh,
don't
that's what you
exist.
mean, yeah.
He gets you blackout drunk, and then you wake up in a temple of Mara,
The goddess
And-
of love and understanding
and
and
then
marriage.
you realize that you all just had like the best blackout drunken rampage ever.
It's
Except for you gotta sit there and pick
It's
up
the hangover in
all the
Skyrim.
pieces. So like you're sitting there
All the
and you just like
pieces.
ransacked and toward like Temple of Mars. That's where you start is by cleaning that up, and you just like start tracing your steps. You know, there's a specific point I remember is that you marry a what they call hag ravens.
mm-hmm.
Their versions of hags are like a weird thing cross between a hag and a bird.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you marry a hag raven, so you're either gonna go meet her and be like, nah, we chill dog, or you gotta kill her and be like, we ain't chill dog.
We ain't chill now. The quest ends with you getting Lava Jack, my favorite weapon in all of Elder Scrolls.
It's a wand that every time you activate it, a completely random effect happens.
In Oblivion, it used to just turn people into passive mobs. So you bonk somebody with it, and they turn into like a sheep or a rat.
Dang.
Shea Korath, you lovely bastard.
Oh yeah, that's the Daedric Prince
Of madness.
of Madness, yeah.
Half of his realm is happiness and delight, and half of his mind is absolute happiness, and half of his mind is like the darkest depression that has ever existed.
So then there's another quest where you meet him in his realm, and it's basically like a demented version of Alice in Wonderland's Tea Party.
Oh yeah, you gotta solve the 3 fucking missions. That quest breaks all the time. But anyways, back to the game.
I never had the breaking the game problems with Skyrim that are always reported.
That's because you played it so late in the game.
Oh, that's true.
So yeah, our mission is to go talk to Mississippi.
Oh,
That is our
okay.
plan right now, correct? Yes. How
So, does
do we have any
anyone-
information on this guy?
Oh, you finished the cranberry juice.
Mitch did.
I did.
Didn't tell me.
But
Okay, we're very interested.
I'm guessing none of us have diplomacy for other information, right?
-2.
I have a -1.
I think I have a -2 as well.
Our approach is. So, Prince, where is he?
Brandon, I think we go crazy the dumb way, so you know.
I asked
that's just
you
us.
a question.
What?
Where is the prince?
We need to talk to him. It's very important.
Do you-
Where's the prince?
Do you not
No, I
understand
don't
the
do
words that are
Prince.
coming out of my mouth here?
Speaking of Arnold, he has a TikTok, and he had one today that made me fucking cry laugh.
He has a TikTok?
He made a Crocodile Dundee reference, so it was the signed knife from
Oh
Rambo,
yeah, I saw that one.
and he goes, "You could, that's not a knife, this is a knife," and he pulls the knife they use in Predator, which is like this fucking long. It's like a 2-foot long knife, and it's fucking signed by him. He goes, but in all seriousness, no. Like, best of luck in Rambo. I'm sure it's gonna be great in theaters. You're awesome. But the fact that you made a Crocodile Dundee reference,
A lot of famous people are making TikToks right now.
yeah, it's just
Why
something
not?
fun to do.
They didn't get on the Vine train as well, though.
It's so easy to do TikTok though.
So, how do we contact a prince?
Well, it depends. Are you guys trying to be subtle? You just not care if people know about you? I mean,
Well, I
what's
guess
up?
we have to be
so,
subtle.
No, let's be subtle. We'll just leave a note in his room.
First, we have to accept there.
I could be a bird. A swan can deliver a note.
I'm like
I
a
think that took a bit
bird,
pushing
I'll
towards
deliver a
that.
note.
Dude, that would be a good
On
omen.
behalf of the followers of the swan god Maldry.
Oh my goodness.
No, start the tradition of messenger swans.
We are much more efficient, much more durable, and we are quicker.
The weird part is,
And they can carry heavier
Correct.
loads.
Yep.
So it's not just levels. Like this is full on parcel delivery.
We have a full on, this is a book. I carry a book.
you carry a
you-
coconut?
And cookies.
Are you partnered with Storks?
No. They're our biggest competitors. F the storks.
Biggest competitors.
Yeah, they deliver babies. You understand this?
Yeah. Like,
That's the #1 commodity in the feudal era.
yeah.
They have the market cornered on baby deliveries.
We're really working.
One table.
If only we'd gotten to that sooner. Wait a second.
You, stalky servant.
So I like the idea
You
of,
shall never deliver
now
a
this
pig.
campaign where you guys finally get the Scepter of Ages. You just do this stupid crap.
I like.
Yeah.
Now I like it that you're showing up into like birth and it's just like a stork in scrubs and stuff, getting ready to deliver a baby. Like, what?
Wait, guys, is this not what you meant?
Only swans can deliver children. I'll slit his throat with my steel feathers.
Kick him over and you just go, alright, continue.
Okay. Oh my fucking god, that's gross.
Dude, why is it attached to you? Cut it.
Yeah.
You can fix that, right? You can? Okay, good.
Alright. So Maldrick's just gonna deliver a very nicely written letter to his room. Got it.
So I'm curious, what does your nice letter say to the nice
It
gentleman?
so eloquently explains that the followers of the great swan Maldrick emphasize with his desire to secede from the failing nation of Taldor, and if he's interested in making his dreams a reality, he should leave a candle in his windowsill on the next night, lit. Because,
fam.
yo dog, we live fam.
Alright.
Signed.
Maldrick the Swan.
No, it just has a goose foot. It's just a swan foot, just like. That's how I signed it.
All the rest of like the party's just like.
Give me a wisdom check.
Yeah, yeet.
Tiny dice.
That is 16 on the dice.
Ooh,
That's a good number.
That's a good number.
That's
Very
a
good
22. That's a 23.
Straight ability score, 23 probably passes a lot of things.
Yes. I thought he had 8 modifier, but yeah, so that was close enough. Shucks, I was off by 1. So you write this nice note and you sign it in such a way.
It's fun.
I love it. When I'm thinking about this stuff, I try to imagine like how things will be handled, and it's like I I have no idea how on earth they're, but here's kind of things to consider and stuff in case they happen. Here's these people.
I appreciate.
I'm gonna go drop off a note as a swan, signed the Swan.
I
with my foot.
appreciate though that our like disruptive chaos, weird player stuff is just the form we choose to exist in. It's not like I went up to the NPC that Brock spent forever on that killed him because fuck his plans.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather be who we are than the DM versus the player trope on the internet.
Brock is trying to railroad us into killing the king. We'll kill the prince instead. Fuck you, DM.
Yeah. That's
You're right, because I totally have not learned better than to try to railroad these
What
characters.
if we just kill the entire noble family?
What if we
Why
just blew up
stop with-
Cheliax?
That's for later. We're shaving that for later.
Gideon stops.
On a
It's like
timeline
ready to start fighting.
thought,
Oh.
Wait, no.
is it here?
What?
That the Path of the Mountains was created on accident by a thing?
I believe that is it, yes.
Does that exist yet?
Yes.
That's curious.
Oh wait,
Yes.
I know what we should do. We should use the rod so we can continuously go back to the same point in time, synchronize our watches, and then across the entire continent, a casting of earthquake will happen all at the exact same time across the entire continent. Well, we just have to do it as we go back in time. Every single
We can have as many of us as we need. This is a perfect idea.
And then we just earthquake Taldor,
There's
Cheliax,
50 of us.
and
No,
everyone
it's not
else
enough.
to the fucking ground.
There's 50 of us.
So again, this is why you guys are not in control of these things.
So like, hey, so like,
That might be where the campaign ends. I don't know.
here's the point. It's a great plan.
So I'm gonna turn into a fish. I'm gonna talk to some aboleths. Like, yo guys, the Cyclops do some dumb shit and think you're fucking faggots. Stop it.
Dude, they're talking mad shit behind your
Fucking mad
backs.
shit. You know, I hear there's an asteroid coming by again real soon. You should just bring a second one down.
And the advocates are like, those fucking one eyes, let's get them.
Don't think I'll groove him the first time.
So anyway, Teligan, we figured out a way to really shake things up.
Don't you worry about
What
it.
did you do?
Well,
Let's just go back to present time and see how great things are.
What did you do?
We go back to present time. He goes, why is there not a Cheliax or anything else north of here?
Why is there a second Earth fall and the Earth is dark?
And where are all my Cyclopses at? Why is it only me?
Don't worry about it.
Why'd all the dinosaurs die again?
Don't worry about
Actually,
it.
I like
They're
the-
marching down from
it's
the
coming
north as
back.
we speak.
and it's like instead of like
The Lindworm
we're
Kings
just
and
like in a
Mammothors
prison.
are really upset with a man named Sullivan Amoka. He's rumored to have one eye. Just be ready for that.
Oh, the elves are probably curious too, by the way.
Oh, and the dwarves, there's the assholes.
Oh,
The dwarves are going down though. Dwarves are not known as being proactive in Pathfinder. They're more of a, let's just sit and wait this out.
as stubborn as they are, they have a surprising amount of patience.
The elves had like estimated how long the Galarian was going to stay dark for, and then it came back at the end. They realized it was still dark, and like, what the fuck is going on?
You're like, no, we counted.
We calculated this shit.
counted.
Where did we go wrong?
How long were we counting
It's
for?
been
Long
3,000
enough.
years. We counted every second.
how could this
Oh,
We are
happen
Dr.
to
Stone.
me?
Imagine having that job.
Beep, 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 beep,
I counted.
There's a show all about that.
That's a
Is
good
this
show.
Dr. Stone?
Yeah.
How many years has it been since bad things happened?
3,000.
3,000 years. How do you know? I counted.
Just like
So the guy was alive for 3,000 years. Dang.
He was
He
encased
was
in stone.
sentient,
Oh, okay.
but all he did for 3,000 years was count.
Senku's open.
I guess you can't exactly move.
Nope.
So I guess is that.
Could move, could see, could really do much of anything.
Could you imagine?
That would
I'm stoned.
suck.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This sucks.
Shit, I lost count. Gotta start over.
He never lost count.
Nope.
10.
He is a super genius, so I imagine not getting lost when you're counting seconds up to 3,000
I
years.
imagine it's more of subconsciously counting, not consciously
No,
counting.
it shows him consciously counting.
Oh,
No, like
The show is ridiculous.
it's a lot of the plot, and the reason he's alive today is based on the fact that he was consciously counting.
And that's what enabled him to, basically it's a willpower that keeps you from disappearing when you turn to stone.
Ah.
And it's the fact that he was counting. He even says, like, if I didn't count, I wouldn't be alive.
Yep.
Because he would have just faded. His mind would have died. And even if he was thought out, he wouldn't.
that makes more sense.
I think my favorite part is when you finally meet like that little army that Tsukasa's been making. You're just like, oh, they don't look Japanese at all.
No, that's weird.
Oh, I haven't gone past episode 5.
It gets weird.
I've watched Austin watch it like once.
It
yeah,
gets
it
weird.
gets interesting.
He made fire.
Yeah, there's gunpowder, and there's the buff guy wants to kill all adults because all adults are evil. And there's
I'm
a
the
tribe of
buff
people
guy.
that
Sounds
are
like
alive
Good Night
3,000
Physics story.
years, and then there's an army, and then it's just.
Well, they haven't been alive for 2,000 years. They've been alive for a while. I think it's been like a number of generations that they've been around.
I don't think they know.
They
I don't
don't
think they were specified. It's long enough to. It's long enough to not. Well, he thinks. I think the hypothesis was that they've existed because they forgot that there was a world before. So.
Anywho, he drops off a note. He figured out, he was able to really figure out and actually make sure the note was in the right place and at a nice appropriate time. It kind of just slipped in while there was a candlelight, it looked like, while the prince was still awake.
Some ostentatious flapping.
Ostentatious
How
flapping.
about that?
Are we making it smell like roses or swans?
Is that even a question?
Swans.
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 We used the swan perfume on it.
Does that make it smell like poop?
No, they know it's swan.
A swan.
I don't know what swan smells like.
Poop.
Okay. Of course, what was I thinking? Are you guys just gonna wait till the next evening then? Next night?
And we'll wait and see.
Well, you go. Mr. Swan probably goes and watches the window in the palace while making swan noises, apparently. And there is a single candle lit on the windowsill.
A honking ostentatious flapping just outside the window, like,
Are we making contact now or later?
As soon as there's a lit candle, fam.
There's a lit candle, fam.
I'll let you guys know there's a lit candle, fam.
cool.
Let
Yeah.
the followers of the Great Swan appear. Shisha.
Okay, how are you gonna make that happen?
I don't know.
Some sort of explosion of feathers and you all appear right there.
Y'all have dimensional travel. Get to it.
I think I can turn into something that has fly.
To an extent.
What level spells Dimension Door?
4, but I don't think that's a mega spell.
It is most definitely
It's
nice.
most
It's
definitely
a
a
It
mega
is a mega
spell.
spell. I don't know what I'm thinking.
1,000%.
No, I don't think it's a mega spell. It's
What level does Magus get 4th level spells?
A
10.
while ago.
Perfect. In that case, cool. I have dimension door.
There you go.
Yay.
You have it.
I like to imagine he's holding feathers when he does it. He goes,
I like the idea that that was like just Maldrek's big plan. Everybody's gonna have feathers or step out. It's gonna be great. And it's, everybody, Nils is like,
so he goes. There's a candle lit. He sees it at night. You guys just kind of grab your things and I guess teleport in.
Apparently there are no small or medium fae with fly speeds.
I'm okay with that because that sounds like a pain in the ass.
I don't know how I'm getting there.
You can get
Dimension
on
door.
Dimension Door.
Oh. You can bring us.
Dimension door takes people.
Yeah.
let's go.
Nicely selfish.
No, I come through the window,
Yeah.
And do they appear behind you?
and they appear, boom, right behind me.
So you see him go into the window. You say, 1, 2, okay, poof.
No, he goes 1, 2, poof. And he goes, nope, nope, nope. Pretend this didn't happen. We're gonna come back in.
Wait, hold on, let's try that again.
We
We're still
practiced
doing
Modify
this.
memory. Let's go back. We practiced this, guys. All of yesterday was choreography practice. We need to get this
We're like
down.
the fucking Ginyu squad or something.
And one and two and a
What?
Sorry, Arminger thought there'd be better timing in the last minute, so I decided to listen to him.
It turns out to be something that Tormaker doesn't know. It's timing.
Oops.
Gosh
He's
dang it.
very good at comedic timing. He's just not very good at like,
Timing?
tactical timing.
Yeah.
What about dramatic time?
I would think it'd be the other way around, but I'm not the one talking with swords, so I don't know.
Tactics.
Tacticalness.
Well, this is basic. Remember, Brock, this is my opinion. So maybe I'm just bad at tactical and comedic timing, and I've gone flip flopped.
He's wearing flip flops.
Oh, what's your wisdom?
My wisdom, 10.
Okay.
What sort of
Your last character had like an 8 wisdom, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
So that would have made a lot of sense. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting it backwards. I don't know.
This time, my 2 jump stats for strength and charisma.
Yeah, that's fair. Everyone has a dumb set of charisma in this party, and it's funny.
Talking is for chumps who can't beat people up.
Or just convince everyone that you're a swan. God.
I'm a swan.
You never need to talk to me. You're beneath me, for I am your god.
You're beneath me, for I am a
My
god.
last character had charisma,
Yeah, that's fair.
because he was a skald.
No, instead of making the double contract, they make it
That was cute. So, you guys magically appear. And because you were already in his room, I guess I could, or saw his room before, I guess I could have told you, he seemed to be one of the versed in the arcane arts.
Yeah.
And you appear, and he is there. And he's basically just like I literally pictured him casually sitting in a chair, like his legs crossed, reading a book. And he sees a swan come in. And then people appear behind him, and his head just gets cocked even more. That wasn't a joke. Close the book and like set it down.
Nils worried about
The
Your
swan
Highness?
god never jokes.
Neither does Cassandra. She's
You're
boring.
not citizen.
Is that what he should say? He's the prince? The
You're
crown
not
prince?
citizen.
We are all citizens in the Swan God's territory.
Under the swan god's wings?
Under the Swan God's wings. Yeah.
And who might it be that I am talking to this evening exactly?
Followers of the Swan God. That's all you need know.
Right. People actually do follow that.
Well, we did come in after him, so.
If I can follow him.
I hate you.
He looks at you and says,
I hate you.
Leads to reason that we do indeed follow him.
So, you
Good point.
say you are here to talk about Taldor affairs in a way. What is it you would like to discuss?
Your thoughts on Cheliax's independence?
Yes.
the Swan God has seen fit to protect Cheliax. In doing so, I fear you must have to succeed from Taldor, for they are doomed. The Swan God has seen it.
Most of us have seen it. It's prophesied that they fall in about 200 years. My father thinks that that is not something he will need to worry about during his reign, and
Your father.
sees it more beneficial to stay with them for a while.
What if your father was very correct? That it is not something he has to deal with in his reign.
Well, that's the idea, yes.
But how much longer must his reign go on?
For the betterment of Cheliax, of course.
If you know the best path for Cheliax is independence from Taldor, then isn't it time for you to step
Spread
in?
your wings.
How would you like to control an independent country?
You're talking about killing my father. He's selfish, but
Removing him from power.
And how would you plan on doing that if you weren't going to kill him?
Possible deniability is your best friend.
The less you know, the better.
The swarm god would never endanger a precious child such as you. Such information.
Okay, excuse this whole swan talking to me thing. Is what the crap is going on here?
Exactly.
I told you. The swan god has seen fit to protect Shelly X. To do so, you must leave town.
The swan god is a cyclopsian
D.
folk tale, if you will.
Is the war between Kadira and Heldor already happening?
No.
Okay,
So that was going to happen in about 200 years.
Oh, I thought
Nils is in the middle of
we were
having
trying to time it to happen
intense
with the
philosophical
war
debate
when they
episode.
were
I mean, like, wait, what's
He was
going
saying
on?
this might make it happen sooner, but the war is in 200 years.
Speaks
in our time.
Yeah.
Maldred, have to argue your own divinity.
Oh,
Sorry.
they have prophecies. What he says, they have prophecies of Taldor's fall in about 200 years, which lines up with that, to where you guys understand is gonna happen.
But we've already changed everything in the future other than this guy seceding. So did everything that we did in the last session speed up that war?
Yeah, it may happen instead of happening in like the
1,000 years happens in 200.
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
If Thalder will fall in 200, why not take those 200 years to prepare yourselves for your own independence?
Well, that's more than less what my father did. I don't know if I understand what you meant there, because he wants to take this time to still be with Taldor until there's no more to gain from it. Even though I know Taldor has already left us more than he would like to believe.
We have no idea actually why we're doing any of this, do we?
In a way,
There's
no.
no guy was the one I told us to.
There's no reason why he needs to secede versus his father at all. His father already wants to secede at the time it's supposed to happen, so we have no idea why we're doing this. Only that it's supposed to be done.
So,
Well, the thing is, his father will not live long enough to secede when it's going to happen. His
Yep.
father has just decided that he does not care to secede at all.
No, he just said he will. So long as Taldor, well, as soon as Taldor's not useful, they'll leave. Is what he just said his father
which
said.
they all know is in 200 years from now,
Yeah.
long past this king's lifespan.
So what does us having the sun start now change? What's it actually gonna do?
so what I may not have said it
The
as
thing is,
clearly.
the son wants to secede now. The father
Yeah.
does not want to secede.
We just asked the son if we wanted us to kill his dad and let him secede now, and he was like, eh. So
Well-
now I'm confused.
Go figure. He doesn't want his dad to just
Well,
die.
yeah, he doesn't want his dad to die. However,
Well, I never said God. In game I didn't say God.
You implied it.
I said disappear.
Sound like yeah.
Removed.
we all know what that means.
Well, I think we need to
He has a nice vacation home somewhere where it takes him several years to get back, and by the time he gets back, the son's already a cherished leader. People won't stand for him being put back in power.
Well, I guess our new strategy is that we have to discredit the father.
No, we just kill him and leave and see what happens. The son's not gonna help. The son doesn't want his dad to.
Fair.
So maybe just kill the dad.
We might want to mash the restart button so that the sun doesn't work.
We might.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Go back.
I was also confused on Brandon's page of I thought the war was happening now, which is why we were trying to get the sun to do it. So the sun was in power when they decided to secede. I was on Brandon's page of confusion when that happened. I didn't think that it was going to be 200 years from now when they seceded, and
Yeah.
that we're setting up a sun to do something. Yeah.
Because at this point, like, so Taldor's not involved in any major conflict right now.
I know.
There's
So-
always tension between them, but it hasn't yet broken out into a war. No.
If you're looking at like what happens in our actual like Earth history,
They can't answer
Like-
the
So-
secession because they're in a war.
This,
yeah,
If they secede now, couldn't Talbot just be like, no, we
That's-
have complete
that's
authority
why
and power
I
to say
thought
no.
they had to be in the war when the succession happened, is because Taldor could throw their full weight
The Swan God has
against
business
Shelly
in Taldor.
X.
So what happens is, because Brock did explain this a little bit earlier, so
the reason we're trying to get them to secede now is that the Cheliax has a longer time to grow in power and can become bigger, and therefore will fall harder at the time that Cheliax will fall.
And I get that he said that. I'm confused how.
I feel like we need to be doing a
He also mentioned that while there was a 500-year war, which gave a certain leader of Cheliax the idea that this was the time to succeed, that Kadira and Taldor have been having troubles for a lot longer than that. So there is a good chance that while maybe that was the better time for ease of secession, that any time Cheliax could secede.
I can see that.
Because Taldor is still fighting Kadira right now. That's the thing.
Just not in the giant war that we.
Right.
And probably small conflicts or proxy wars, but their entire forces.
Right.
So what we're
they
doing
still
now,
can't send
we're just
everyone back. to
so all we're
Cheliax.
doing now is we're planting the seed of secession earlier than it should have existed.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing. That's literally all we're doing. Cool. If
Yeah,
that's the
good
only
job.
end, then we shouldn't even talk to the sun at all. We should have just murdered an NPC and left.
Amoka, take us back.
So,
Yep.
to be fair,
With the
Well-
thought process of all that has to happen is the dad leaves.
Yeah.
There is no actual purpose in talking to the sun.
Right.
So
That's
we
why that was
should.
my first suggestion. Was
Yeah.
To kill the king.
We should have just. I thought he might have been helpful and wanted this to happen, but we don't need him to want anything. He already has the idea. We're just getting the seed into power
Yeah.
that much earlier. So yeah, I was mistaken and I misinterpreted. So yeah, we just murder the king.
So, conversation that the prince never remembers is us going,
Oops.
have a good one. Bye. Step out.
Our
It's
player's fucked
what
up.
the heck was that? And now he doesn't remember.
to be fair, he already did think the actual whole swan god was a joke. But as much as I love the idea, to him that would be a little weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I misinterpreted what we were doing. So yeah, we don't need to talk to anybody at all. We just need to find the king, kill him.
Well, I guess
I mean, we
how.
are already in the palace.
Yeah.
Well, thing is, the sun doesn't really want us to, and we've already told them we're planning on it. Should we just like knock him out or something, and then go look through the palace and find the king?
Sure.
Because otherwise, if you're trying to do it now, the sun might warn the king, and then that makes our job that much more difficult.
The swan god's will must be exercised. The swan god said his dad has to die.
So we beat him up and tie him up.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Lost his persona with this one that cracks me up.
See how you had?
Oh, there we go. See?
There's still so much more dark stuff.
Okay, I'm still.
I don't think we have any more beans, but there's meat on them. Everything else is on the counter. There's more meat in the fridge.
Cool.
So you guys basically just gonna knock out the prince and then skedaddle into the palace more so?
Seeing hesitation at a forceful movement of his father from power, we're gonna knock his ass out, and we're gonna go try and murder the king.
Yes.
And by try, either we kill him or we all die horribly.
Oh,
The
I
end.
guess there's that, yeah.
That's every mission from now until the end of the campaign. Either we succeed or we die horribly.
Yes.
Period.
It's very possible. So I mean, he might dish out like a fireball or something, but it's nothing too crazy. Even if he was a high level wizard, because he's a wizard, they're squishy, and there's 4 of you in a room. So
I mean, he can't have that many hit points, and we have some heavy damage dealers here.
and he can't cast more than 1 spell around. Yeah. Woo. So at that point, you are able to slip out of his room. How do you want to go about wandering around the palace?
I'm gonna turn into a rat and go investigate. I'll come back to the prince's room and tell you guys what I found. I mean, we're in the bedchamber of the prince. The king's isn't really that far.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll do a scouting mission as a rat.
While he's gone, we'll tie up the prince and draw penises on his face.
Make sure you get his fingers
Mm-hmm.
and his mouth. No wiggly fingers. No.
So just tie him at the elbows and leave his head alone.
So put him like this, and tie him like this, and then put a gag in his mouth.
And penises on his face.
Thank you, Brandon.
We don't graffiti penises, we graffiti swans.
We draw swans all over his face.
I like the rat saying that right as he leaves, and Cassandra's like, and you guys draw penises on his face. He's like, excuse me, you draw swans, not penis.
Hey, in the meantime, she's just getting done drawing a penis. Just put some wings on it.
This is totally a swan.
Close enough. Swans are dicks. Dicks are dicks. Whatever.
Okay, we'll roll with that.
Geese are dicks. Swans are majestic, beautiful creatures.
Nils is probably gonna mix himself a drink. Because what Prince's bedroom would be complete without a wet bar.
Yeah.
You know, that does make sense. I can't really argue much with
There's
this.
only LaCroix and nothing else.
And Jaeger.
No, it's if it's a proper Prince's bedchamber, then everything is just purple.
Yes.
That's true.
That's all we're looking at.
You open up a cabinet and you see aluminum cans of a drink called Red Bull. And a strange green bottle containing a liquid called Jägermeister.
Trying to make up some Twin Towers.
So Twin Towers.
No, we need the Bud Light.
Yeah. Now you're just doing Jaeger, and it's
What
instructions
is
on how
this?
to make a Jaeger bomb, but it's not an explosive bomb as you know it.
Yeah, just like
It's an alcoholic explosion in your stomach.
Alcoholic explosion in your stomach.
I have missed
Just
all of the Jaeger bombs doings in my life.
You know, I think I have two, and I'm okay with that.
I wish I'd missed them all. I don't like Jaeger.
you're kind of shitty.
That's all I've heard about Jaeger.
I just don't like black licorice.
Yeah, it's black licorice flavor, isn't it?
It's really just a bunch of spices. There's some black licorice in there,
That's all it tastes is black licorice.
and that's why I used to love it. Cause I love black licorice. I don't know if I can drink much Jaeger anymore though.
Yeah, I've never tried it, and
You ever tried absinthe?
Yeah,
we still have
amazing.
that, and it's unopened.
We have that bottle of absinthe, yeah.
Yeah,
Because absinthe is made with star anise,
Gesundheit.
which is another similar licoricey flavor.
Yes.
Galliano is also black licorice flavor.
I think the problem I found with Jaeger is that it's just like thick and sweet,
Kind of
which made
syrupy.
it hard to drink. Makes sense.
So anyways, Austin, let's have you give me a perception check.
Oh no.
What's your total hit points? Just randomly looking at this sheet, and I see that you literally have half of Cassandra's hit points.
Run through your neighborhood, spread
I'm curious
all
if it's-
please.
What is it not?
I haven't updated it for level 11, but it's 48 right now for 10.
Okay, never mind.
What's your constitution at?
10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, I was just curious.
For level 11, I'm 114.
Yeah, so I have an
80.
I have
A for
103.
104.
I'm a DA with a 14 con and I have 80.
He's got 48.
As a D6, yeah, he's 3
Well,
less
he's
per
at
level.
D8. Magus is
Yeah.
at D8.
Magus
Anyways,
is
I was
D8.
just curious.
Yeah, Magus is D8.
So, perception, what'd you get?
37.
Oh man, terrible. So, you wander around the palace, you get a general gist of the layout as little Reddy boy running around.
53 would be 11.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite class bonus then?
I don't know if I have one for that one. Probably skill point.
Skill points, okay.
Because 4.5 times 10 is 45. Plus 8 is 53. Oh, you shouldn't be that far behind.
Yeah. So you get a general layout of the palace. You find where different things are. You can pretty quickly tell that they go figure follow Eridan. From what you can tell, the king is definitely a religious fella of some kind. Since you guys don't actually know much about him, and you do seem to find where he is in his chambers, still awake, as it is not yet too far into the evening. And of course, there are guards around and stuff like that, because go figure he's a king or something.
I want to protect this asshole. Weird.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he'll look at the. I think that's local. Do you have local? No. I think that would be local. Yeah.
I don't know what you're asking for.
About guards and
Are
about
they not?
people and seeing them like classes or experience in general level.
Class detection is the iffy thing.
I know, but we've kind of talked about how that is a thing.
Actually,
I guess it depends on the class, doesn't it?
it completely depends on the class, and
Right.
the list is in knowledge.
Yeah, that's right. It was class dependent and depending on what their class is.
Also, I would say, given our experience, If they look similar to someone we've already encountered, we should get a roll regardless of ranks, of actually having the knowledge.
That's fair.
All paladin, usually, you know, there's a stereotype to all classes.
These are look like typical palace guards that you would see where, at least for this era, as opposed to where you guys are from, where not everyone is magic here.
They look like Brandon without spells.
You could say that, yeah. They look like some generic fighter sort of person.
It'd be very surprising if they were to start going into a rage and act berserker-like,
Yes.
and it would be very surprising if they wasted their time casting spells.
So anything that grants arcane or psychic spells is arcana.
Yeah.
Druid or ranger
Is nature.
nature.
Other divines are religion.
Identify a class, a feature from any other. Oh, so you have to see the class in action.
Oh, that's how it describes it?
So
Okay.
it's basically you have arcane, nature, religion, and then everything else is local.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like the non-magic users, like the rogue, monk, fighter, yeah, it would be local.
It's all local.
Yeah.
They don't fit anywhere else.
Oh yeah, and
But based off their outfits and what I assume Valley Guard does, they're not going to waste the time training someone like
Yeah,
Brandon
basically.
who can cast spells, and they're not going to have anybody who sacrifices martial prowess. Like, there is an amount of we are experienced individuals.
they could be paladins. That's not too much time wasting on
Do they have
spells.
holy symbols displayed?
Not that prominently.
Yeah. Paladins are zealots. You're gonna have it like
They don't have a big thing on their chest. Like, they have like a little symbol here and like what looks like on the hilt of their sword.
And even if he has no ranks in religion, he knows that what my
He knows who the
Eridan
holy
looks
symbol
like.
is. That's a
So-
DC 10 for sure, yeah. He was still a very big thing, even if he's currently MIA or dead. Just presumed dead, yeah.
presumed dead until Pharasma coughs up the answer, which won't happen because Pathfinder jumped into 2.0.
It's supposed to be the same lore and stuff, so
It's supposed to be.
it's supposed to be.
D&D changed a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I didn't pay attention to that kind of stuff when they did those sort of like edition changes and stuff.
I think we left the Forgotten Realms.
No, there's
No,
They still use
They've
Forgotten
I
done
don't think
Forgotten Realms
They
at
don't-
second
I
edition.
don't think they've dropped any lore.
Okay.
I've just never
They've
actually
only
looked into
been adding
D&D
more
lore,
since
and I never actually looked much
so.
into Forgotten Realms. Besides like maps and stuff.
Yeah. I'll scurry
So you
back
seem
and-
like you found what you're looking for, yes.
Does the king have any identifying markers on him?
He has much more largely displayed holy symbols of Eridan.
Is Eridan gone now?
Is what?
No. Eridan's not gone yet.
No. It was about 1600 years.
How many guards in the room? Just calculate the odds.
I'd say there was one in the room, two outside the room.
So it's going to be 3v4. Fuck. You got a follower Eridan here. I don't think she's going to be too keen to kill other followers of Eridan.
I was literally contemplating that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another very
I won't lie, I did not think about that when I chose that. I just thought it made sense.
Another very interesting thing for identifying features. If it's a combat feat, it's local. Any metamagic feat, whether it's used for divine or arcane purposes, is arcane. A teamwork feat, what knowledge do you think is
Nobility.
used?
I have looked at it.
As we're thinking about things, since we probably have one member of our party who doesn't want to kill the king.
Well,
The king has that period.
The king is, as we can assume, is also a follower of Eridan.
100%.
If
How do you
this-
feel?
If this seems like a conflict of interest to you, I suppose you could sit out. However, know that you play a very vital role within this group. And also, in the grand scheme of things, it's not like you are doing anything really for or against Eridan by taking out 4 of his many followers right now. So, you should be fine. And also, I feel like you were more of a follower of the ideal of Eridan more so than an actual follower of Eridan in your day.
So,
So,
this is actually the point where y'all were here. Everyone, I don't know if Austin was home yet. you all were here in person with your characters well. I guess now is a good time for Cassandra to say, Eridan's not dead. I've spoken to him in our time.
Yeah, you're nothing but yo. Nobody talks to God except crazy people.
I mean, your delusions aside.
Now
guess
speak some of that side of the room.
I don't really know if there's any way for me to like literally show them, like, if I do the sacred boon,
Unfortunately, there's not really.
does it like glow with a light? And I say like this is infused with Eridan's
But
holy
you're
light.
doing now in a time where Eridan is alive.
But yeah, it'd be the
Yeah.
fact that he's alive here.
We're just gonna brush it off the fact that we happen to be in a time where he's not dead.
I'll show this to you guys when we get back home.
Clearly, it carries over.
Cute. Yeah. Residual effects. Gods are weird like that.
Residual effects.
And regardless of whether or not he was alive or dead at the time, again, you were not really a follower of Eridan so much as just the
Idea.
ideals of Eridan. As to you and everyone else, Eridan was dead.
I do not
Until you
appreciate
showed-
your slander.
It's not
That's
slander.
fact.
I'm saying facts. These
When
were
you were a
written
follower
in-
of Eridan in our time and you
Listen,
agree with his
before
practices,
I made the trek over
you were a
here
follower of his
to
beliefs.
Cheliax,
Thought you
I
were
made
taking
sure
notes.
to read the histories
Of this conversation.
of your country, and that is fact in every history
The only
that I was able to put my hands on.
I grew up in the Wandering Expanse, and like he's the only god that never died, so not a big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? I think they listen to reason, but sometimes.
Sometimes not. Anyways, the king and his guards are all followers of Eridan. King has to die.
More importantly, we need the king to die.
Dead.
And those guys are blocking the king, so they also need to either be taken out or killed.
I mean, couldn't we just, I don't know, dimension door into this room?
They're in the room and right outside the room.
What's in the room? The two are outside. Come in.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's best to take care of these two and then proceed.
Should we wait until the king's asleep?
That'd give us a round at most. It's gonna take longer than that to take out 2 guards. The commotion of the guards is still gonna give him enough cause to get up, and he wouldn't be in his armor. That'd give us a bonus. So, I suppose yeah.
He might not be in his armor now.
Was he in his armor when I saw him?
Here's his armor, here's your breastplate.
Okay, he's in his armor when I saw him.
Okay.
And he's prominently displaying a very nice holy symbol.
Yes, it's emboldened and blazoned into his breastplate.
Pally boy. Or a cleric boy.
No, not for a king. Definitely Valley. If he's a cleric boy, it's gonna be so much easier. So much easier.
Clearly, he's an evangelist.
You can go home, sir.
What are the what are the penalties for doing non-lethal damage without any?
-4.
It's a -4 to attack rolls. I like the concept of the class, but it totally does not work.
I'll take care of the 2 outside the doors. You guys can go inside.
If we all die horribly, we're gonna have to do something. I say what we get, and then rat like grin.
She's still a rat.
Gosh, you're such a rat.
If you can wait for the 3rd one to come outside and then go in, that's best.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have a problem with the 2 you're dealing with going inside. As you know, the guards, the palace, their life, the place of the king.
We let them get started.
Yeah, but then it'd be a 3v1 fight, and the king might show up to help. Is how much of a delay is there? 'Cause I don't think she can take out the 3 guards in, 15 seconds. And we might give her like a, 10-second head start. Slowly distract the guard, make it sound like there's a commotion outside, and then we pop in. Kind of a deal. So I guess we'll do that. The 3 of us will go into the king's chamber and handle him and the guard, and Brandon will do his best to not kill those 2 guards.
That's what it sounds like his plan is.
Their god is clearly inferior. He is not a swan.
It's gonna be like 2 campaigns from now, and Austin's like, It's not the Swan God.
Nope, I'm gonna be a cleric of ideals.
I really want that to be Austin's next character.
Worshipping the Swan God.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is the best thing that ever happened or the worst thing that ever happened?
Only time will tell, and we have a lot of it.
I see what you did there. So,
That's my
So-
regular dice bag, though.
As I roll up, I will be polymorphed.
so what is everyone else doing as she rolls up? Are you guys gonna be with her? Are you gonna be like around a corner or?
We're around the corner. That way, if they decide to shout intruder, it's a 1 intruder and not 4.
I mean, can I dimension door into this room?
You can dimension door a number of feet, and I can tell you exactly how many feet there are. You'll dimension door us this many feet forward. Which
Yeah,
will be inside of
because
the
technically if you don't know where you're going, you're just chancing to risk taking damage. But if he says go like 20 feet that way, you can go 20 feet that way. And as long as he's not full of it, which he wouldn't be, you'd be good.
I've had fun with that in the past.
I can imagine.
So there's an anti-magic field that's approximately this diameter, you say. So I'm gonna walk out about that far, do the math, and teleport underneath him through the ground of the grate.
Wait, hold on. So you go outside of a magic field?
Well, I don't know if it was anti-magic or as much as just dimensional anchor. But remember, this was the underground dragon during the Suicide Squad campaign.
Beautiful creature.
Oh, that whole thing, yes!
And I fell down a huge
11th
pit,
level?
found
It's a
some
power
weird
score.
insectoid creatures, said fuck this shit, climbed back
Four,
up,
8.
dimension toward back to where I thought the floor
We're
was.
11th.
So
We're
we're
I remember that. That was
6 in
great.
total.
I can't believe that some silly things in it.
Okay, so
Conjure was a fun spell.
Yes.
to just throw this on the board right now, I will have Fey Form 1, I'm a red cap, Heroism, I will have See Invisibility, Mirror Image, Iron Skin, and Shield.
Oh snap! Someone's getting decked.
You
Ow.
can check up all of those spells because some of those are rounds per level.
That's
No, they're all
no, they're all
minutes.
minutes.
Are they?
Yeah,
They're all
shield
minutes.
and mirror image are minutes.
Heroism is 10 minutes per level.
Heroism
Did
is
you
10
roll
minutes
for
per
mirror
level.
image?
Yep, I got 3, so I have 6 Cassandras.
Oh, he did roll a d4. I didn't know what that was for. So on your way there, before you get to that part, there aren't the most amount of people here, but everyone give me a stealth check, just to
made it.
see if any mishap.
I'm going to
Thank
turn
you, rats.
invisible if there's going to be people. So I'll be doing this invisible.
Okay, that's fair. Well, you get a plus 20.
Good.
Are you gonna need it?
Yeah, that's a 20 for me.
Cool.
11.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a nat 20, so it's 46.
You really needed
Oh,
that.
ooh,
Well, I guess you had a plus 6.
36.
So, at one point walking around, they
Oh wait, as a, will this be before or after I turn into a red cap?
are you walking there as a red cap?
Well, he has an idea of how far away it is, so I'm doing Heroism immediately because it's 10 minutes per level, but the other ones I'm trying to make it so like as we're rounding the corner, I have all my buffs up.
So
This
he's,
would be-
apparently he's holding his buff so he gets closer to the corner.
So it'd be before you're rounding the corner.
Okay, so yeah, so then I don't have the bonus for being small, so just the,
Okay.
I rolled a 3 on the die, so just the 11 I described.
Okay. Well, it's convenient that you're not a red cap because you're much more likely to get attacked on sight.
Well, yeah, seeing a fighter displaying a holy symbol of Eridan fits in a lot better than a red cap.
So, 2 guards see you and basically see you with, well, these 2, you said you were still a rat.
And he's invisible.
I'm invisible.
So,
So
only-
you're with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I see them, I'll just do whatever I know to be like a very customary Eridan like quick like secret handshake.
Carne sawed, ah. Kabooms.
Saw, dude. What are you doing with this guy? Is he an intruder?
Yeah, for sure, my guy. Let's go to another prison block, man.
So I literally have no social skills.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Let's get the fuck out of here, invisible boy.
This is why killing him would have been the easiest. Just killing everybody would have been the easiest plan. But no,
How many are there?
Want to kill some
2.
followers of
2?
Burden, so.
No.
So you
some
said,
players
is he an
misinterpreted
intruder?
what was happening.
What are you doing
No,
with
I
him?
mean,
Is he an
this
intruder?
situation right now. Like,
Oh, just
Instead of
outright
trying to
killing
do
these
so-
Do
guys.
not worry.
Yeah.
He's with me.
and
I
that was
believe
different.
that he will be an asset to the future of Shelly X. None of those are lies,
We're going to see the king.
No, that makes diplomacy.
which is equally as bad of a score. But at least I didn't lie.
Do give me a diplomacy roll with that. Or is it lucky?
-1. 11.
What was he doing?
He wasn't doing anything. He's with me. I said that.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
I brought him here.
Oh, I missed. Okay.
He's basically, this guy's going to be an asset for Cheliax.
You say invisible?
No, I was
No.
I was just explaining to Brock,
Oh.
not Galir explaining.
Also,
to the
no,
guards.
he's helping Cheliax. This shit.
No, it was more like he said he was helping Cheliax, not doing anything disruptive. I'm
He will
sorry.
be an
Galir,
asset.
please continue along with your diplomacy.
Diplomatically.
So, but yeah, I'm not gonna stop when you get stopped. I'm just gonna keep going on the plan.
That's fine.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay. Carry on.
Worst
Then you just
thing.
keep walking
Like
around.
push
with
come to
that.
shove, a
Next.
stone wall happens on his side of the door.
Yeah.
Like,
Each side.
hey, we can stay here.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, we're just doing routine maintenance. Please let us
It's also never gonna go away.
No.
These guys are supposed to be here. No.
No.
They're totally supposed to be here. Damn it.
So
No,
yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna just scurry on past them. I wanna do some scouting in the king's room, right quick.
Have fun.
I wanna
So-
scout.
You are about a few minutes or so out, but you do end up continuing onward, and he runs off ahead because he
Yeah.
can't.
As soon as he gets stopped, like as soon as it happens, I'm like, okay, I have some plans. And by that I mean I need to get into the chamber and woodwork the doors that you guys aren't coming through, so that I can stone wall in front of that door. And then it's a box, and it's stuck, and it's either him or us.
So,
Survival of the fittest. Let's go. Let's go.
I guess you see a rat scurrying off. Do you bother chasing him, or you just kind of continue your pace? I guess you have to follow him because
Well, I can't really follow him. He's going into a room that's got closed doors, isn't he?
I meant as in when he got stopped, he just kept going.
Yeah, I can't
Okay.
follow the rat.
He's
so-
gonna follow him. Well, I mean, we're not at the door yet.
Oh, fair enough.
This is in transit.
Then yeah, I'll
I
continue.
assumed you were gonna.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
so-
I'll just keep going. I don't need to stop.
So you get there first.
Yeah.
He's outside, invisible.
Yeah.
You go inside and you do what exactly again?
I'm gonna see how many doors there are to the room that the king's in.
Doors for days. You won't be king without having doors.
One.
So the door. So it's one door.
So one door into the study.
So he's in a room.
Yeah.
With only one door in,
Yes.
and that's the door they're about to come through.
Yes.
Cool. Then I just wait.
The 2 guards are outside in the hallway.
Yeah. There's 2 guards outside, and Austin sees that there is still one inside.
Yeah, he's in the study. So I'm gonna circle back and basically wait for them to notice me after their talks and initiate the plan.
Okay.
I'll scurry up Spencer when I meet them again, and then I'll hold a stone wall for whenever we get in there.
Okay. Cool.
So my surprise action will be to stone wall on our side of the door. Or no, their side of the door, his side of the door.
And yeah, best case scenario, if the 3rd guard comes out with me, then you're stuck, the king's stuck in there with you.
Okay, so you plan on being yourself in there, stone.
So it's us 3 in the room, the door, a stone wall, the 3 guards, Brandon.
Okay.
That's the ideal plan.
Mhm.
So that if the king has to get out, he has to not only break through the stone wall, but he has to break through the door first. He has a little bit more wiggle room.
So, as you guys are
Plus, we have a
round,
wall of ice too. If that would be more fun.
fair. Oh no, he's breaking through another wall.
Better yet, you should use the wall of
Sorry,
ice.
I only
As
use
before,
one
ice.
of my 6th level spells as utility. The other one's the no shit button. Because transport via plants is just too nice. Oh, you have some old vines growing on your castle? Well, I'm diminutive, so
Oh.
that was
the
close.
Last thing that I'll do, which won't last that long because it's only a first level wand, is the lead blades.
That'll last for a minute.
You know, 10 rounds. I have a paper sheet somewhere with how many charges we used that last session, but I do not know where my level 11 paper sheet went.
Is it in there?
Is it in there?
I looked, I grabbed the level 10 paper sheet, neither of them
Is it
have,
this one?
those are the level 10 paper sheets, and neither of them have listed how many charges of the wand I used.
I don't know.
I would have only used 2, because I only did 2 combats, right?
Oh, because you got it last session. Yeah, it probably only has like 2 charges.
So then just keep track on anything.
So this is going to be 47 out of 50 charges.
So as you guys are approaching, how are you going to go to the room? So it's basically like a hallway, and so you guys basically
Brandon triggers the
standing
guards.
outside.
So it's up to Brandon on how he triggers the guards, but after that we dimension orient.
I'm a red cap. I assume they're going to be triggered.
Oh, so you are just walking up as a red cap.
To the guards, yes, I will be a red
Okay.
cap.
He's
by
fully
then.
buffed with all of his spells done by the time he reaches the guards. By the time he rounds the corner. We'll wait and see if the 3rd guard comes out. If they do, that'll be our trigger.
Oh wait, the last thing I have to do is actually roll at least a 6 on this die to see if
Oh,
the
right.
blades activate.
Were
Okay.
did you go back inside the room already? Or all
So-
4 of you out there?
So what happened was I scattered the room,
Yeah.
came back to them,
Yeah.
and I'm with them.
Okay.
So when they dimension orient, I dimension orient.
Oh, the dimension. Oh, that's right. Okay, they were going to dimension orient. Okay.
Yes. So Brandon's gonna trigger the guards. Hopefully the 3rd guard comes out. Whether or not he does, we are dimension dooring into the room.
Okay.
I will then stonewall on Brandon's side of the door, locking all of us in.
And
Forgot about
another
the dimensional part,
one
that's what I was
last
gonna
side note is, as long as I have a swift action to use,
You know what?
my spell
I'll
failure
wall of
chance
ice
is
inside
0
the door just for good measure.
with
Yeah.
my Eldritch Armor training.
It's all or nothing.
We're killing a king.
Yeah. As
That's,
far as
Regent
I'm
side?
aware.
Long live the
Regicide?
king.
Is Regicide?
I thought Regicide was the king.
I don't know vocab very well.
We're
It's
really
patricide,
spotty right now.
matricide.
We're killing a regent, so regicide.
There is one for killing a
Depends on
sibling.
those things.
I'm pretty sure regicide is king.
No,
No,
but
there's
there's
a sibling.
Yeah, I'm just going to patricide his father, matricide his mother. There is one for sibling. There is a type of murder for a lot of very different subsects.
So, you guys can
Well,
see
yeah.
him going up as a red cap around the corner. I guess basically, I'll go through what he does
So
and just
Spencer
tell me when
is
you
just
guys
like-
want to dimension door in.
We'll give it like 2 or 3 rounds to see if the 3rd guard comes out.
So yeah, so I'll describe it to him. Just let me know when you guys want to go for it.
Yeah.
So you basically come right up as a little small red cap. I guess how noticeable are you being? Are you riding in just making noises, just like ah? Are you kind of just strolling up?
You're the distraction.
So he knows exactly what I'm thinking right
Oh,
now.
wow. Sure, don't do that. That's all sorts of bad.
So in the podcast, we charmed first in a red cap, and they
That's
needed,
okay, but go,
they
there's one
needed to get through. Oh, you're right. It wouldn't.
It
work.
wasn't charm person.
Was it
Go
monster?
on, monster. Okay, go on.
And they needed to get through a room with a bunch of giants. So they're like, we need a distraction, so we can just sneak by them. And then they're like, Red Cap, you haven't killed monsters in a couple days. He goes, no, I really haven't. And they're like, do you think you could kill all those giants? He goes, yeah, I could kill those giants. So he literally just walks up to Arthur's side and he goes, I'm gonna kill some giants, I'm gonna kill some giants, and then gets stomped on.
So Brandon, how do you approach these sermons? Do you chant, I'm gonna kill some devout followers of Aridin?
No.
Devout followers of Aridin.
That didn't turn out so well for the last one.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually, as soon as I hit that corner, because I have a 60-foot movement speed as a red cap.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's really a position.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm just going to charge in and get my charge in.
Get around the corner. They're like, "Hey, what are you?"
Guns
Ow.
blazing. Cool. So you run up, charge a guy, smack him.
And as an interesting point, between heroism and dealing non-lethal damage, my attack bonus is just regular.
Well, not just off of heroism, but
Heroism's +4, and he said non-lethal damage is a -4.
are you using heroism or greater heroism?
They're different.
Because one's a +2, the other one's +4.
Greater heroism is what I use in your 20th level campaign because it's fucking solid all the way.
One of
up.
my favorite spells that I read, false heroism, or whatever it's called. So for each of those spells, there's one spell that's one
I
level
scrolled down
higher.
too far. Okay,
It is
so
a
it is the
false
+2.
version
You're
of
right.
it. And it grants all the abilities of the heroism or greater heroism, except that at any time the caster of the spell can reverse the bonuses into penalties. Ouch! At any time.
That's dope.
Okay, yeah, I scrolled too far down on the page.
Okay.
I
Heroism's
honestly
still good.
consider
It's
taking
still
those
10 spell
as,
level, but
as Iragi and using them as the normal versions, and then if necessary, just being like, "Oh fuck you guys, I'm out."
sounds like a very Iraqi thing to do. So, anyways, he goes in, he starts going toe to toe with them. Cassandra basically realizes that, yeah, she can take on these two guards within a round or two. They do end up shouting, "Intruder." I would say after a round or so, give me a perception.
Everyone that's not Cassandra.
Basically, yeah.
I think it's 36.
I got 20.
I have 36.
Yeah, I got 26.
You hear the door open. That sounds like they are next to.
Wait one more round.
Wait another round. Hey Cassandra, the door opened, a third guard walks out and is trying to go at it with you.
I'll kick him.
Hey,
Oh,
Nils.
Redcap, you literally can.
Still the third guard.
Let's go.
You know what to do.
Is this the part where Maldry starts tugging on Nils's hair and his hands move to cast Dimension Door?
While he's in the hat?
No, unfortunately, I have to have my hands free.
Oh, darn
And then
it.
go squeaky squeak, 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 squeak. And then walls don't appear on the outside of the door, and that way Mitch can be on the inside of the door with ice. So we're all just in there like.
Well, it's a good thing no one's watching us.
It's just a
No, so your hands are
person in
free.
the corner.
You're standing aside. You just can't give like a double tap with your foot.
Bing, bing, bing. That's the plan.
Cool.
As soon as that third guard actually engages in the fight, with the dungeon door, the appropriate amount of feet that way,
Yes.
I will stonewall outside the door.
I will
Then Mitch
wall
will.
of ice inside the door.
If you want a wisdom-based character, and if he was an int-based character to understand these things, I would guys make you roll for how well you project and actually get the feat, but that's not necessary
We got
So,
mental stats.
for this
so.
very convenient situation.
Are you
FYI,
ready to layer?
all buffed.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're still.
My AC is 41.
Yeah, so it's kind of.
Cool.
Are you ready
You feel
slash
that hand
here?
on your shoulder.
So
Okay,
you guys
let's
teleport
go.
to the room. It's like you've seen this room before. It's a
Yep.
study.
Have fun with the easy fight, my friend.
Best
No.
part is the door is still open and now just in the middle of a wall.
Yep.
But you know, in the other world, and he is standing there basically with like sword in hand and like grabbing a shield, and all of a sudden he sees you guys and realizes it's go time.
Boogity boogity.
So
Hi.
as this will go, whoever can give me a knowledge religion.
I'm not there, but I could. Darn it.
Yeah.
I can't do that one.
Nope. Can you? No. Oh well, not the biggest of deals. He basically pulls out a sword, does some sort of magic-y thing you can
Wow.
tell, and goes at it.
He's bound.
I cast.
Like I said, I mean, he might be war priest, but also I'd still be surprised if he's a war priest.
I was actually maybe an inquisitor. Half inquisitor, half fighter. A little bit.
Why not paladin at that point?
I don't know.
Yeah. Paladin's really good.
We're gonna go with
In the
half
grand
and
scheme
half.
of things, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But
Dead King's a dead king.
the dead king
I mean,
is a
lay on
dead king.
hands is a big thing.
That's fair.
Swift action T6 is a whole lot of difference for the party missing one of their DBSs.
He wasn't supposed to be a pain in the ass.
Oh, what actually I can do after the wall is sealed is I can do the cantrip dimension through the wall.
Yeah,
It's
afterwards.
5 foot 5, it's 15 feet. So are we
Yeah.
high enough level for you to go 4 squares?
He doesn't have to go that far, but yeah.
Well, it's a 5 foot solid wall, so you can't 5 foot because it's 5 foot plus 5 foot per amount of levels.
Yeah.
So it'd be high enough for him to go 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to get past the 5 foot thick, 5 foot thick, 5 foot thick.
I don't think the walls are that thick, are they?
They
one-
definitely can be at this level.
The one
Oh, I
he
guess if you
created.
just make it real small, I guess.
We're making it just in front of the doorway. We don't need to be anywhere else.
I don't think you normally make a big wall that's like inches
We're
or
blocking a
something.
doorway.
Yeah.
It's like 2 set squares full.
Well, he could go take a step and go around the wall. Yeah. He could after the fight, yes.
Oh no, I could just after the wall's
You know what?
made.
For
I
mine,
don't
it
need to
might
do
be
the
more
3.
intimidating if I like cover the entire wall with ice. So I'm gonna do that.
That's fair. Either way is doable.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, at this point, the wall's sealed. I'm like, oh wait, I don't need to be here, and then I'll just teleport in.
So, he ends up fighting you guys with his sword and board.
Up to 1 5 foot square per level. For stone wall.
Yeah, I don't think the wall is 5 feet thick, but that's like its area. Because I think it spells out its thickness somewhere else.
Yeah.
Down below. Basically, you guys do end up killing him.
Yeah.
He is deaded. He did give a couple of nice solid hits on you guys. Took a couple of rounds, well, took like 2 or 3 rounds probably, because it's still 4v1. But yeah, you guys go.
Oh, I have to make that religion check. He wants to make that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 5 on the die is not great, but I think I add like a 17 to 22.
It looks
You can see him
religious.
using stuff like Bane and Judgments.
Oh, so he's an inquisitor.
Yeah. Oh, and knowledge local for him who could. He also has weapon training. Because yeah,
Yeah, 22.
yeah, weapon training.
Well, you just need 15 to
I
10
say was
plus
it base
the
10 or base 15?
base 10.
Oh, then yeah, it's super easy to tell. You just basically need the skill. Yay! Long live the king. Oh wait. Haha, he is dead.
Okay.
Now what?
We
We just
go
check.
back to our time.
We shout for Taldor after we kill the
We
king.
take his body.
You take the body.
Otherwise,
Oh.
he's just gonna raise denim and the gobble.
Yeah, true. Mechanics.
Almost forgot to mention it again. As you guys are wandering around the palace,
Oh,
going
okay.
there.
After we kill him,
No.
he just resurrects into to greater teleport.
Contingency, he's back in GTFO.
Greater teleports out of there, because you know.
Because he's Fighter Inquisitor Wizard, suck it. No, that
No,
sounds
he's
like
Spider
the worst.
Inquisitor, God's chosen.
Fair.
Anyways, no, as you guys were wandering around the palace, in a point when you guys were by yourselves in a hallway, hounds of Tindalos appear.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they appeared last time, and I totally 100% forgot to mention it, and I mentioned to Austin afterwards. I was just gonna retcon they were there at one point. 'Cause-
They've been showing up every time.
yes, that was the idea. So, and I was totally forgot again.
This being our 3rd time going back in time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man, the stream is
How
super
many
laggy.
hound parts have I?
No, the lag is
so
being
far?
So there were
super
3 the
choppy.
first time, then 5, now 6. So you got 14.
Nice.
Bye, hounds.
Bye, hounds. He opens a bag. Hi,
I think I
hounds.
need to start collecting different things. I might have enough of these. No, not quite, but close.
Let's get this man some more hounds.
Wee. Well, it's almost like you guys just, when you're doing stuff, they're just gonna appear. Weird.
Pew pew.
So, after that, you guys leave in one way or another. Oh no, there's a king on and you have a body because Austin knows how magic works. Even though technically NPCs never get raised because even though magic's here, they never bother with that kind of crap and write that in, which is weird. But yeah, not the point.
Before we leave, Brock, I'll make some great spectacle in his chambers
That
about
one
how
we did in Eldros, I think, right?
By order of the Great Swan, for the betterment of Cheliax, the king must die.
Is that like a note or something?
More notes.
Oh no, we just returned some from stuff.
Oh, that,
We
yes.
remember.
Oh, that was
reading it
Shensen.
Yeah, and we had remembered that the original ravens had died just long enough that we couldn't miss them.
Yeah.
They were already judged.
Is
Also
it,
was happy about that one.
Is it only
It was
reincarnation?
well
As
in
we
the
all
time
know, NPCs get judged immediately.
It was 80 years, I think.
No. That's why NPCs don't get raised. Is
Yeah.
that every NPC in existence gets judged immediately.
Oh, but there was the
So it's impossible.
Lord Mayor who was already replaced, who had gotten turned into a vampire, but you killed, and then you had a thing that
The
made
oil.
true res. Yeah,
The
Yeah.
Philosopher's Stone that had the oil in it,
the oil thing. Yeah,
that had true res, we used it on her.
Yep.
yeah. Because like, hey, here's this really cool thing. Hey, look, here's this thing you need that for.
Mm-hmm.
Haha.
Done.
Yay.
I'm still upset that the original Ravens didn't come back.
You was so irritated about that when I read that. They're like, nope, they can't be res. They're already judged. Bye. Because you were right in a way. That didn't really make a difference. You were already higher level than them.
Yeah, they
So-
can't help you. It would just be cool for them to be alive to see it happen.
Rasma's efficient, bro.
No, she's not.
No, she's definitely not.
She's horribly in it. She judges squirrels and rats, bro.
Personally.
Yes. She, as an entity, sits down with every single soul that exists and decides based off of an infinitely long therapy session where that soul needs to go.
Therapy session.
That's what it is.
Oh, I guess.
She asks you how it makes you feel. Oh, the stream.
It's still working. Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not.
I have it.
Oh, there it goes. It's loading.
I'm gonna just make sure for to
Yeah.
Ethernet.
I did have a spinning circle. Now it's just super choppy.
Yeah, now it's just catching back up.
Cool. We need to get our internet fixed. Please send an email.
Okay.
Yeah, do
This is
something,
the, like-
anything.
This is like the 4th week in a row we've had issues.
Yeah. That
Our
shouldn't be
stream
happening.
crashed 3 times while we were doing one of the just
Oh,
chattings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I went to go download it and I was like, fuck, like I have to edit this to be one video.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
It's 3 videos on Twitch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We went down and came back up several times.
Yeah, that.
That's how that works.
And we have good internet in a regular area.
I do know from what I've heard that after a given amount of time, they will kind of like cut back on it, and you have to tell them, hey, stop that. So.
Well then, yeah. Tell them, hey, stop that.
But
So-
it's weird that randomly, on one of the days we regularly stream, that suddenly is a thing. It's just been this September, it's just been annoying.
Yeah. So, guys, go back to Amoka, I'm guessing, or was there other things after you write a note that you wanted to do with the
No,
body?
it's only the swan song.
Swan song?
Mhm.
It's an okay counter spell.
Swan song.
It's like one of the best for Commander.
Yeah.
It's pretty good in Commander, that's for sure. Okay, you can have a bird, and I'll get rid of an instant sorcery or enchantment for 1 mana.
Yep.
You get 2/2 bird.
Solid.
Super good.
So much easier to get rid of Tutu Bird than any one of the other things you listed.
Or you don't care about 2/2 bird because it's Commander.
Yeah, 2 flying bird is literally nothing.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Good job, you have a chump blocker.
Like, well, now it's a 2020 bird. Suck my ass.
Sword splashers. Gain 20 life. Have fun.
That's cool, it's Commander, I don't care. Board wipe, whatever, it's gonna happen anyways.
Indestructible.
Damn,
Thank you,
Voltron deck,
sacrifice.
okay.
That was 2.
A
That
soul
was
2
2
can't
cookies.
sacrifice it. There's actually equipment that does that.
I'll exile them all.
Okay, that's gone.
What equipment says you can't sack it?
Assault suit.
Really?
It was an uncommon equipment from one of the commander decks a couple years ago. It
Super
gives
nifty.
like +2/+2 haste and can't be sacrificed. At the beginning of every turn, you can pass it to that person's turn, and they can attack anyone but its owner.
Super cool.
Oh, it's pretty dope.
You also could have mentioned Tidro Preserver or Sigarda, both of which say that
Well,
effects that your
yeah.
opponent's control cannot make you sacrifice permanents.
That's fair.
That equipment though.
That first guy's green, right? right?
Yeah, mono green, 2 mana, 2/1, I think.
Yeah.
And
Scars,
the other
green,
one's
white.
green white for
4/5.
5 mana, 4/4 or 5 mana, 5/5 flying hexproof. Can't sack me.
Yeah. Well, hexproof.
Yeah.
She's
I got
dope.
that in a pre-release and I got first somehow. Weird.
I think I remember you told me about that. Cause,
Can't sack me, can't target me.
and I'm a fatty.
And I got a
Flying
pretty,
fatty.
Yeah, I'm a pretty fat flyer.
When one of the best removal spells in that limited format was Barter in Blood.
Who's Barter in Blood?
4 mana, each player sacrifices 2 creatures.
Oh gosh. It was just like, what's up, guys? Anyways, so you guys get back after talking to. You guys go back, see Mocha. You're like, cool, job's done. Hey, look, here's a body. Poof. Hey, look, you go away.
I can't remember if that was in that format or not. I'm trying to remember when Barter in Blood was.
I
That's
come
the
back.
point.
We raise the king. Hey, you can do whatever you want now.
Bye. Just over there. We don't want you here.
We put him back at Teltor.
No, let's bring him back with us. We'll res him and we'll bring him with us. Be like, here's the future. Have
Right.
fun. Kick him out of the
We bring the body with us back to the future.
Well, no, if we bring the body back to the future, we might not be able to res him because his spirit might have been judged. We have to do it now.
That actually is a good point.
So all I have to do is get the bodies of the original Silver Ravens back. Raise them and put them back.
Oh no, I'm glad this idea went terrible.
And every time they get wrecked, it's just the swan will show up and save the Silver Ravens, and they'll slowly become the white swans.
Oh gosh, alright.
This amount of meddling with history is.
Something about adding time travel.
You know, I thought it would be a fun idea, and it is a fun idea, but I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
It's good for conversation. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's quite good for like plot.
Yeah, I'm finding out the hard way.
But yeah,
I love our chopping
a lot
stream.
of fun hypotheticals that we're coming
Yes.
up with.
Yes.
Stop chopping. Those fingers slow.
No, we've stopped chopping for like 15 seconds at a time and gone back.
Ooh.
Yeah, see.
Ooh. Okay.
Um,
Whatever. I don't want to edit videos again.
Yeah, no, I still like
Don't
the
blame
idea of like resing him and then just taking him to the future.
Omoka does have the ability to raise dead. He would ask, why?
Why not?
Jormungandr said it might be a good idea.
It'd be really funny when he comes back to the present and there it is. He can't wiggle his fingers anymore.
I like it. Not he can't cast spells. He tries to, and he goes, why isn't it working? I want to move my hand.
Just over there. Malcolm, hey Cassandra, you want to inform this guy?
You don't want to know what's up? He's dead.
He's alive, just
Because
unreachable.
mommy killed him.
Got some weird implications.
You know what? It's really starting to sound like all those jokes when like, what was it? Book of Prophets, and Elijah was like challenged the priests of the different gods to like see who would light their offerings on fire first. And so essentially he's got all these like priests of like Baal and all these things like dancing around and like flaying themselves, and he's like, louder! Maybe he's going to the bathroom. And then he's like, okay, hey God, do you want to go ahead and light this up? And it burns like not just the offering but the altar and all that jazz. You know.
Eat.
Good story from the Bible. I always like that one.
Solid.
But I love that idea though, just making fun of somebody else. It's like,
I like the
God to
plot
light
twist
it on
where
fire.
Brandon is actually getting divine power from a great old one now. He reached so far out into the ether sphere.
But yeah, so I don't actually explain that Jormungandr told me to. I was mostly explaining to you that was probably what Jormungandr suggested. What I would explain it is as, it's like, well, leave him here and somebody does stumble upon the body and res him, then like all of what we did is for naught.
spellcraft?
Yes.
Can anybody roll spellcraft to figure how long you can raise them up? There is a time limit. I know
It's
there
a
is.
day per level.
No, I'm talking about like max.
Oh,
With
it's
two-
technically until you get
38.
judged, which
There was a
restoration.
There's
set.
also a set maximum.
There's a set maximum.
In the spell, there's a set maximum.
Yeah, in res. There's a set max, which is why I was pissed. Because it was in a set max. 10 years per castle level.
Oh, you talking about restoration
Resurrection?
or resurrection? That's what I meant. Yeah, that one's 10 years per cast level. Oh, that's why you want race in here instead of race before you leave instead of after.
Because otherwise it could be judged. I mean, as inefficient as it is, we're going thousands of years in the future.
No, he'll agree that.
Even true res.
Yeah, even true res has that
10
same.
years per
Yeah.
castle level.
I wasn't sure if that was what you meant, if you were thinking of something else.
Oh, that was the time limit.
No, he'll agree that you guys can wait a day and he can race him tomorrow.
And the
And the
reason.
idea
Because that would be the best place to hide,
And
best
the
way to
idea
hide
for
him.
raising him is mostly just for our friendly follower of Eridan here. It would be a shame if we, ruthlessly outright murdered a fellow follower of Eridan.
I mean, they still murdered him, but.
But it's okay because we're bringing him back.
He got
He'll
better.
get to know the
He
future
got
where
better.
Eridan's influence is no longer applicable. It'd be
There's
great.
actually a decent chance that I delivered the killing blow.
It's possible.
Everyone here deals damage, but there's a chance I delivered it.
I deal a lot of damage.
I was gonna say, you two I know for sure deal a lot of damage.
Well,
you deal.
not with this build.
You don't deal as much damage, but
I could if I built it like neither Magus.
yes.
Brandon, how many bad guys are I dealing with?
Like he was in Iron Gods, where you just intensified shock grabs every turn.
My AoEs, man.
Control.
Yeah, he gets pretty good AoEs, not as much as single target damage.
It was intensified shocking grasp in an entire campaign where most of your enemies take extra damage from shock.
We're vulnerable to
Like,
lightning.
did a lot of damage.
That's
Bless
fine.
you.
Yes. Thank you. So, he'll agree, he'll raise him, and then you guys will go back.
Cool. Hey, there's the future.
The future is now
He
the
is
present.
unhappy with you guys. He does not like you.
We'll tell him the year.
Huh?
We'll tell him what year it is and what year Eridan died.
He doesn't believe you.
Cast a spell, almighty spellcaster.
You are free.
What
to
tricks are you
leave.
doing here?
Here's
You're-
my butt, suck it.
You're free to leave to discover this on your own.
Yeah.
And by free to leave, I mean I don't think he can stay in this pyramid, can he?
Obelisk, but yeah.
Same thing. I mean, it's not.
I mean, an obelisk
One
is
is
just a
definitely more-
really stretched out pyramid.
One is definitely more phallic than the other.
Yeah. Have you ever seen my deck? It's totally a pyramid.
I'm glad I haven't seen you take if that's the case.
Well, like, not in the way you're thinking.
It's like a bullhorn. Hello, citizens! So we let an ancient Bill Maxine king run free. Because who doesn't love free range Shalaxies? Delicious.
Thousands of years later in the future,
On
he
the
has no idea
bright
what's going on.
side, last I remember, Cheliax was doing pretty well these days. Though that might have changed. Good luck.
Let's see how Chelax is doing these days.
Don't worry, you'll forget a lot of weird stuff. Because time's gonna do some things to your brain once we keep working.
So he is out resistant and aggressive, and he ends up just kind of getting shoot and thrown outside.
You're like, yeah, you sure.
Sounds about right.
It's like, well, he can't be a problem, because it doesn't matter if he does anything here.
He doesn't have magic, so.
Yeah, he ends up getting carried by two cyclops, and they just kind of hurl him outside. He's like, bye.
As
It's-
all followers of a dead god should be.
It's very good after sending 4 Spell Slinger squads into this obelisk that no more Spell Slingers are coming in here.
Well, I mean, they can come in when they want. Just die.
Who's that?
Robert reported and told him not to bother.
What do you mean? Just don't bother. Bye.
Like, just give up.
There's literally nothing you can do to stop them. So
And
it's good
as
luck.
far as the world outside this office is concerned, nothing has changed since they gave up their pursuits.
That's true.
It's still just a suspicious building.
Yep.
With cyclops inside.
So along these lines, yeah.
Because I don't think we knew about time travel until after we defected,
Yeah.
which means that Aragi doesn't know about the time travel.
For all he knows, you guys
Well,
just.
Rocky might because Robert knew and he left. He was allowed to just leave.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Uh-oh, then Aragi's gonna assemble his squad and we're all dead. Aragi's gonna make some calls.
Nah, Aragi's gonna show up at the front doorstep, and then time's gonna change, then Aragi's not gonna be at the front doorstep.
It's kind of that.
Because that's before Aragi can open the door, we can go back in time and change time.
Yes.
And we come back, and then it just.
I mean, it does take a few minutes before you can actually jump, but yes, you can basically be like, stuff's happening.
Okay, cool.
Bye.
This thing warms up, you're done.
Yeah. Actually, it talks about on the item how it takes 10 minutes to basically
Attune.
attune.
To wherever you're going.
Yeah, you rush it in a minute, but the check goes up by I think 10.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Now, what's the price? What's the consequence of a failure? Just that you wind up in a different time.
different time.
Oh, then yeah, you would totally just rush cast it and be like, okay, now we fix.
Okay, where are we?
Now
Well, that's the big problem is you don't know when you are.
Oh, so you have to know your. Okay.
It's like, hey, well, this is Earthfall.
How do you know?
You have 10 minutes to get us out of here. No, you have 1 minute to get us anywhere else.
Let's see what happens again. Anyways, so you guys get back. So you did kill the king. The sun just went on earlier than he would have been. So the war will happen 200 years later. Taldor does take a big hit, but Taldor still exists. It's not like it's anything too drastic or so. It's comparable to how it was.
The war doesn't actually change.
No, not much actually changed. Basically, they succeeded earlier because originally it was the king would have still been on the throne for numerous decades. So basically, that happened, and the war actually does start sooner when Chelex does, or about the time when Chelex succeeds. Basically, they pulled enough attention away from the border that Quadira just kind of says, now looks like a good time, and then boom, they invade, and Taldor's like, ah, crap, everyone come back, and like, okay, bye, and they just GTFO.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, basically. With that, Cheliax does appear earlier and more solidified in the same way. House Thune does still end up in power, so that kind of stuff didn't shake too much, but they end up with more to it by the time after Erden Falls, after the Jackson Civil War, and all that sort of stuff. So it basically did do what you had wanted, what he had wanted it to do. Yay!
Ooh. We did the thing correctly.
And the Swan God is now less superstition and more vengeful.
Vengeful spirit.
Okay. Make a note on that.
So
So,
the Swan God has direct ties to Jalaxian history. And as we all know, that totally survives after the Civil War.
well, apparently
Or
at this
they
point,
have that.
it's as you make it, so yeah.
This goes back, and everyone sees it. Every now and then a Gripply shows up to just put a little errata in history books. Swan God did the thing. Okay,
So,
10 more years. No. The Swan God did the thing. Nice try.
so at this point, like I mentioned a few sessions ago, those basically two parts were more or less getting through that without just skipping it, so you guys can still, as your characters do it, have your influence on it to get to a little bit higher level. Because this next part is the fun part that I've been really excited for and looking forward to. So you guys will be level 13.
Okay.
And you will get up to a level equivalent gold, which I don't think you guys have really gotten anything since 11th level, so 58 grand.
Nifty.
Just make sure that whatever you're at is 13th level equivalent.
Basically, yeah. If you just stayed at level equivalent, because I think that's where you guys were.
No, I thought we were level 10.
Maybe it was level 10 equivalent. Okay,
Yeah,
that's even
probably
more.
got any loot.
It would
I
have
couldn't
been.
remember.
I mean,
Just-
I think you allowed them to up there as when we came in at level 10, but we didn't get any loot since.
I think it's just figure out how much money you have in gear.
And then go up to 13th
then
level, which is
go up to
140,000.
Okay.
Cool.
Omoka will agree to, as a sign of good faith, pay for you guys to get telepathic bonds, because you guys were talking about
yeah,
that.
Yeah, it's really important. It's a really good thing for us.
So you guys will get permanent seed telepathic bonds, so you guys can actually just speak telepathically to each other,
Eat.
like you guys were wanting to do.
much usefulness.
Um,
And that will not count towards our.
No.
Okay.
Cool.
so
Hell yeah.
with you guys going through different times and being exposed to all sorts of different things, I will go ahead and add some new weapon enhancements and things, like some stuff they have from Kingmaker, where instead of things like Flaming Burst, which sucks balls and no one ever looks at,
Correct.
you can instead just get multiple dice of weapon enhancements up to 3 for that much of an enhancement bonus.
And then for those of us with Arcane Bond and Divine Bond, are we able to
Stack them.
stack them, and use points and stuff like that?
I would say if you have that element, you can. Yes.
Okay.
Nifty.
So is it +1 for each D6?
So if you want a 3d6 fire, that is a +3 equivalent. I was thinking about changing some other things that are dumb or just straight up never usable because they suck. And I hadn't put quite as much thought into it as I had meant to. But that's probably not the biggest of deals at this point.
Sorry.
It's like I knew I was going to change that. One of the other things that because Keymaker, I'm not sure. No, you've probably gone far enough to see some like the cool different weapons and enhancements and stuff like that. Because I do really like how they add a lot of other stuff. It's like, there's some cool stuff that would be good to add.
Bane
like,
on everything.
that does come up, doesn't
My
it?
two-handed fighter has 4 weapons. Each one has a different bane.
Oh, okay.
I have giant, vermin, animal, and undead.
Yes, I do remember most of those.
All weapons are at least a +1 equivalent, and I think I'm level 12.
One of the other things that they added was like a 2d6 negative energy damage.
Yeah.
Nifty.
Yeah. I was thinking about adding some sort of armor enhancement also. I was trying to remember something from Kingmaker and I just don't.
So I downloaded a mod that lets you have magic item creation.
Gosh. That is literally what that would be for that game. I literally ended with like 1.8 million gold pieces, and it's like, I can't do a thing with
And I
this.
guarantee that your party was not appropriately geared.
Actually, they were pretty close by the end.
Okay. Because mine's fucking not.
Oh, like I had my paladin with a longsword, had like a +5 long. Oh, the longsword was called Perfection.
Mhm.
It was a +5 adamantine longsword that I think had something else and had a +2 to attack, damage, saves, and something else.
Damn.
And I was like, oh yeah, you're sticking with that.
Wish anybody in my party used a longsword.
Yeah, right. And then I had scimitar, which they also, my other paladin who I had using a scimitar also got a really badass scimitar. Yeah, no, there was some pretty nifty items and stuff.
I just see my party walking around with +1 weapons at 12th level.
Especially if I got anything better by then, but yeah, it gets kind of sad. When you get to Patax, make sure you bring lots of money with you, because when you first go Patax to the thingy there are lots of vendors who have like +4 weapons and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's
That's
like +6 cloaks that you can buy 1 or 2 of.
Yeah, I've got 100,000.
Yeah.
No, I think they're like 200,000. I don't buy anything.
I don't either. And you end up just getting so much gear for
The
doing
vendors in your
stuff, yeah.
village are garbage.
Yeah, they don't scale. So, anyways, on to what will happen next is the fun part. It was great because I knew I wanted to do something related to this, but depending on how the campaign was at the beginning and how we'd end up getting there with how it would go, I wasn't entirely sure how it would happen. But since the campaign went the way it did, it was like, okay, I figured out how we're going to do this, and it's going to be great and terrible and wonderful at the same time, and it should be a lot of fun. So, oh, I didn't actually finish right now what he was going to say for this part. That's all right. So, Amoka will, again, after some little R&R, you guys leveling up, you guys buying and getting some things made and all that good jazz, be all like, hey, what's actually going on? How are the things affected and changed by us doing stuff? And yay. So now that Cheliax was more solidified and stronger, being bigger and therefore in a way more fragile, one of the next things we want to do was apply more pressure to Cheliax to help make it more likely so that it caves in on itself.
Solid.
There are a couple of things that have happened in history during a crucial, shorter span of time that we'll spend a little bit of time meddling with. One of which involved a specific individual who had great ambitions but was halted before they could have been seen come to fruition. And this man was by the name of Brusalia Thrune.
You dig what?
Yeah!
Okay.
And he was halted by the Silver Ravens. So I will have you guys go to Cantargo when he was there and basically prevent him from being killed by them.
Oh, poor Austin.
Don't like it.
I know.
He has to take on Squee.
Don't worry, you get to take on Squee also.
I'm not taking on Squee.
Why not?
I'm too smart for that.
Alright, fine. You can go dish it out with the tanky
I
paladin.
mean, weren't the Silver Raven like level 16 at that point? Sounds
No.
terrible.
Well,
At what point are we stopping them?
it would be the first time they killed Brusalia. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, then they'll actually die.
No, not when they're 17 in Mythic. What?
Even if they were like 15 or 14, they'd still all come back. Because by then I had my clone contingency bullshit all set up.
Well, that's fair.
Don't worry, guys. I had a raised dead scroll for all of you. He'll come back eventually.
Which was a hysterical contingency thing they had. No, so this was during the time of rebellion when Brusalia was trying to take over Cantargo for Cheliax so that he could send to plan his motions to become what looks like was a genius Loki. So basically, that would have greatly undermined Cheliax and been a big threat just right on their doorstep. So,
And we can handle a genius Loki?
we don't need to handle a genius Loki, we need Cheliax to not be able to handle a genius Loki.
Well, yeah.
And then we can ignore a genius Loki, apparently.
That's the problem. That's what I'm getting at. If you let a thing called the genius Loki exist, it's apparently a big enough threat to Cheliax to fuck him up. Does it go away?
To at least hurt them.
Does it go away?
There are
Are
ways
you
to
assuming you
deal
kill
with
it?
a
Are they gonna
genius
kill
Loki.
it?
Time will tell.
That seems like a really big gamble considering everything else we've done has been a pretty sure like A equals B thing that we're just like going for a eh.
I mean, everything has been a gamble to an extent.
I don't know. Everything else seems to make a whole lot of sense and be pretty straightforward. This sounds super scary. And completely uncertain as you didn't tell us how we're going to kill this thing after it becomes proper Cheliax.
By that point, it would not be something you would need to worry about.
Okay. Whatever you say, boss. Super scary monster's gonna disrupt an entire empire, but then it's not gonna matter. It's just gonna. That's how time travel works.
Time travel. Yeah.
Well, see, it's okay, because we'll go back in time and stop him from being a genius Loki after we've used her as a genius Loki to complete our plans.
Thank you.
And then
Thank
at that
you,
point we'll
Mitch.
have to go back in time to fix that, because then we'll realize.
I also like to imagine there's three of you, of each of you in this room, be like, no, guys, no, we've already gone through this and stopped it. We need it to happen again. We need it to happen again. We're stopping it from happening the first time. Yeah, but that didn't work how we wanted it to. So can we just let it happen like it was originally supposed to? Well, originally he died, so what do you really want here? Okay, hold on a second. Everyone's always just standing in the background. What the hell is going on? I want this to be an illusion, but it's not.
All we have to do is kill Rosali before they kill him. And then they fuck off. And then he gets his thing and comes back.
When was Barzillai born?
No, it has to be after his deal.
So,
And then we kill him.
we're gonna save the rest for next time. You guys get to go to level 13 and have money and spend it and stuff and yada yada yada. Yay! We're back to Kintargo. Which is really ironic when you're talking about the Silver Ravens and stuff like that. And it's
You
like
mean the White Swans.
They are currently the Silver Ravens, regardless of what happens. Yeah, that's it.
Is that what you wanted, Noel? Is
Be
that everything
held.
you hoped for?
That was everything he hoped for, but it's at least what he wanted.
Remember, guys, kill Clary first.
That's the funny part. It's like, alright, I remember what those four were and what they did and stuff.
I still have the character sheet.
Is that his last name?
Yeah.
No.
No, out of spite purely and not tacticalness, we're killing Andrew's character first.
No, he's gonna go first before all of us in initiative.
That's
he's going
true.
to remind you that he did
Was.
every single
He had a plus like 14 to initiative and was a sorcerer. An in-phase sorcerer.
It's okay, out of spite, we're gonna kill Andrew first. Just
we should do a better job with the initiative advantage.
I mean, he wasn't bad with it, he just wasn't good with it. He did okay. Yeah, that's right. No, Paladin was Linnea, Swede, Damien, and Jason was the sorcerer.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get the sorcerer and then the paladin, and then we'll go from there. The paladin, if I would Omade, that would start bleeding spontaneously as soon as.
Oh, I remember
combat
the prestige class he had. Yeah, it was weird. Worst part is it's not a bad prestige class. It's just not.
Depending on what level you actually have us encounter them, I do have Squeeze character sheets. A lot of them.
That's fair. I mean, I'm curious to see what levels you have, but yeah.
10, 14. I have, before Mythic, I think I have like 10 and 14. And then I have Mythic before, during, and after.
This sounds scary.
Hey, look, guys, Kintargo.
Alright.
Okay, put the map on there.
Squee was scary for the same reasons that a wizard is scary.
get a lot of tools.
Given enough time, I can prepare.
Alright.
He was a clever bitch.
He was a very clever bitch.
Yep.
Hello, guys. You guys spent a lot of time in that city.
Yeah.
Only two of us.
We died there, and there, and there, and then other places other than T3.
So what adventure path have we not died a lot in?
Actually, Hell's Rebels, there wasn't that many deaths.
So the thing with Hell's Rebels is there was a lot of deaths in like one part.
There was a lot of deaths in that part.
Yeah.
Like 5 character deaths twice.
That's why I said we died there, and there, and there, and then probably somewhere else that wasn't T3.
Because there was the big battle at the beginning where all but Squee died. And then there was a hallway of fireballs where 2 of you just died.
Right.
But beyond that, I don't think there were really that many other character deaths.
Squee died of the dragon.
Oh, that's right, the dragon.
I think someone either
Let's
did
be
die,
fair, that didn't count.
or
'cause
almost.
that was garbage.
Yeah, it was garbage. Either
As the
someone
DM,
did
that was
die, or
garbage.
someone almost died. I feel like someone was down to the ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
They were
'cause those ghosts
incorporeal. I
dicks.
go through you into the ground. You took like 68 damage, something stupid.
Yeah.
As a touch attack.
Yeah.
That's right, I remember that.
They
Yeah, that was
added
in
more
book
than Squeeze
5.
touch AC as a small Uber Dex boy.
Yeah. Small Ubidex goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the haunts in book 5. I remember that, with the undead version of the witch
But
trick.
yeah, we actually did a lot. Like on the grand scheme of things, we did a lot of surviving in that game.
Yeah.
Um,
You guys had a very good party for that, to be fair.
Yeah.
A very well utilized goblin rogue, a heal bot of a cleric, a paladin, which, to be fair, shouldn't really die, and then some sorcerer who got himself in sticky situations.
What was he a paladin of?
Iomade.
It was a runaway rogue. Make sure nobody needs to run away cleric. And I never run away paladin, and then a sorcerer.
Who was a lazy turd?
That healed like a motherfucker and was
Yes.
the most perceptible motherfucker you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was very convenient to have
Did
in
it
a
heal
party.
to perception? Because if not, you can go that way. So there's stuff down there.
Well, here's this fancy little trick we're gonna have. We're gonna hide an assassin in a mob of people.
I don't
So
know
you
what
can't
you're
find
talking
it.
about. There would never have been a rogue hiding in a
Oh, hey
troop.
guys, there's a rogue in there.
Die. Oh, that worked. Thank God.
It was the dumbest shit.
And luckily somebody told me about the Reach meta magic feat.
Yeah, that was
Because
dope.
reaching spontaneous cures is really freaking solid.
Yeah, that was dope. Hey, look, I put the skill so I had 2 of those blocks. 400 feet is a square. Because it was there, so I felt like, why not?
Cool.
I was just about to point out, I was like, hey, look at that. Okay. But yeah, that is
See,
just...
I'm trying to remember. Did we just decide at the very beginning we needed to change the team comp, so we changed characters? So I remember.
Benji and Kira left.
Yeah, Benji and Kira left,
And then
I
we
think
changed
we
the
just
team
decided to
comp.
just change the team.
Because
It was, so they left
'Cause I was
after
gonna say,
like 2
other
or 3
than that,
sessions.
Like, all of our characters made it all the way through.
everyone else lived through.
Yeah,
without
so it
any
was-
DM intervention.
So it was like after the first 2 or so sessions, Benji and Kira had to leave.
And that lost. Benji was our skill bot.
Yeah, because he was a
Between him-
summoner.
Because between him and his Eidolon, they had skills.
Kira was some weird
Kira was
inquisitor
there,
thing with
like-
hitting people with books.
I thought she was the
Kira-
Hungry Oracle
Oh, that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
a Hungry Oracle, yeah.
that never hit anything, literally ever.
Yeah, that was a
She
weird,
was there.
that was a weird one.
But she was aimed at being a DPS.
And then you guys had a party comp that you switched out after the first book. Because you were originally a Phantom Thief rogue.
Yeah.
So it was at least, and you were a different Damien.
Yeah, it was a different game.
So I started the
And
game.
then you became his brother.
No, I became a completely different person named Damien. I think we knew I knew him.
Oh, you knew him. Okay, they
Yeah.
somehow were connected, yeah.
I feel like I don't know what I think I was playing a Phantom Thief when Benji was here. I don't remember what I was playing when Benji was here.
I know that's what you were at least after. I don't remember what
Yeah.
was before, because there was only like 2 or so sessions of it.
Yeah, I remember I was a I was an archer architect fighter
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Named Damien.
who was obsessed with the bells.
And
The bells,
And
and they
I'm
were so
super glad that I
disappointing.
switched from that.
Yeah.
Finding out the bells later.
That was, yeah, because they were ranked like 4 times,
Mitchell
and it
was
was always
pissed.
something significant, and it's like, that's it. Okay.
there was a ghost who grew up there.
There was a ghost who grew up there.
I don't think it was actual ghost.
That
There was a
would not have made
ghost
up for the fact that he spent his entire life up until this point cataloging.
Because they made a
basically
big deal
nothing.
about the bells.
There was an
What were the
entire
bells again? I forget.
So every significant event, the bells would chime.
There was an entire campaign trait devoted to having an obsession with the bells.
Oh, was there a campaign trait?
Yeah, that's the one I took.
And there were the bells at the top of the Temple of Asmodeus. And they basically were ranked like 4 times or something like that.
It was always during a big plot point in the game.
And one of them was the beginning of the campaign, or right before.
It
Oh.
was right before the riot.
Yeah.
If somehow something happened that you guys weren't fully aware of and the bells went off, that